Waiting on friends. Hey guys, I just dropped something and I don't even know what I dropped. Oh well, we're off to an awesome start. Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? I don't know why I'm about to type. I don't need to type responses. I get to just talk. It's easy for me. How's it going, guys? Ugh, dropping everything. Let me just share this quickly. Try to get some friends in here. There we go. Hey, Kelsey, how are you? In hell for the night. Oh, I'm guessing that means you're working tonight. Is that you on night shift? Night shift's a drag. I did it years and years ago. My body did not like it very much. And Barry did straight nights for like 15 years, and it was bullshit. It was terrible. I've just eaten an unhealthy amount of Mexican food. Now I get to watch you. Life is good. Mexican food sounds awesome. We had nothing but fast food today, and I feel like a chicken nugget. Like I feel like I've been saturated in grease and oil, which means tomorrow is going to be super fun because my stomach does not handle grease very well at all. Night shift sucks. What is the shift? Is it like 8 hours or is it like a 12-hour type shift? I used to I did security. God, I was like 20, so a lifetime ago. And we had like all sorts of different shifts. And like the one that I hated the most, what was it? It was like 2 a.m. until 10 a.m. Like I just could not get on board with that. It messed me up so badly. It was horrible. Hey, Audra, how are you? I'm sorry, guys. I don't have like a topic lined up for today. I've got nothing insightful to talk about. I just kind of wanted to like hang out and just chill and chit chat, see where the conversation goes. Even when I have a topic, we don't stick to it. So what's the point? I've got nothing for like any drama that's going on. Like I genuinely don't care about most of what's going on. Yeah, you're right, Britt. I'm totally going to wish. Barry is going to wish that I had the eucalyptus mint candle. Gastric bypass just totally destroys your system. Like butter and we don't get along anymore. Like literally, and I'm not going to get into specifics. I'll let your mind go where it wants to go. I've literally ruined a pair of pants because of butter. So that's embarrassing and horrible, but I've lost 70 pounds. So what the hell, right? 12-hour shift. Ugh, that's brutal. I do not think that I would trust myself like operating a crane. You do something like really badass like that, right? I don't think I'd trust myself when I'm super tired to do that. I made corned beef in my Instant Pot my dad got me, and I'm mad I didn't buy one sooner. It's the best thing ever. Okay, I need to know what the difference between an Instant Pot and a slow cooker is, because it sounds like they're like completely opposite things, like slow versus instant. Is it a pressure cooker? The hell is an Instant Pot? Everybody talks about them, and I have FOMO. I love my slow cooker. Would I like an Instant Pot more? Go. Let me know. Inquiring minds need to know. 3 to midnight. Ugh. Yeah, no, because then you're like missing out on all the fun time. And then by the time you get home, you're like amped up and ready to go, and there's nobody to like play with. Like, what are you going to do at midnight? I just finished all my papers for my classes. Yay! And now all I have left are 3 finals. Oh, do you at least get like a little bit of time in between your finals? Like I always loved when it was like final day off, because then like there's a little bit of decompression time, then I could cram for the rest of it. But they were like back to back. Didn't like that very much. But I also don't like when there's too much time between them, like where you have like an exam on like the first day and then the last day, and there's really not much in between. Because I'm like, let's just get this show on the road. It's been a long time since I've done finals, though. Fun fact, finals in law school, 100% of your mark. No pressure whatsoever. 100%. Like, talk about high stakes. Complete ridiculous. Yeah, sharts. Yeah, it's terrible. I won't get into it, but you cannot trust farts anymore. Like you just I don't trust any rumbles in my stomach. It's terrible. Yeah, Lauren, when you do the liquid diet, do not trust farts because it's lying to you. It's not going to be air that comes out, I promise. It's terrible, but we're okay. Burp snarts. That sounds awful. There's my sexy girl. Okay, so where's my sexy guy? Why am I down here by myself? Like, Barry, if you're going to participate, fucking participate. Come and sit down beside me. Hey, Pam. I'm wondering the same thing. An Instant Pot. Okay, it is a pressure cooker, and it cooks so fast. But is it one of those like pressure cookers where I'm going to be afraid that it's going to like explode in my face and like there's going to be like pulled chicken all over my house? Like the word pressure just terrifies me. Instant Pot. Updated pressure cooker. Safer. Okay, so lid's not going to explode? Because that sounds like a liability I'm not willing to take on. We did that once with champagne. I think Barry did that once with champagne. Was it champagne? No. Carbonated coconut oil. No, it wasn't. Carbonated coconut rum. And it lived on our ceiling for far longer than it should have. Yeah. No, they're all... Oh my God, you've got 3 finals on Wednesday? Well, I guess we all know that Lauren's going to be drinking her face off on Wednesday night because she's going to deserve that. I went to the bar and shut it down when I was on that ship. Yeah, that's, let me say, when I was working security, it was like me and one other girl and then a bunch of guys, and we were all like 19, 20. So getting off work at midnight did not mean that we were going home and going to bed. We had some good times, some very good times. I love everything about the love. I love everything about the love. But my love with Barry? Is that what you mean? Oh, about this live. Oh, it's not all about you, Kara. Gotcha. Dude, I'm way too lazy to head downstairs. Where the fuck are you? Are you upstairs or are you on the main floor? Because like we have 10 stairs separating us. You can't possibly be all the way upstairs because both of our children have taken over our room. No, it's super safe. It's amazeballs. Okay, I need to look into an Instant Pot. Lots of safeguards on these new cookers. They are almost foolproof. Hold my beer. Guess what? We'll see. I do love my slow cooker though. My God. I'm such a nerd. I'm so domesticated. It's like the only thing that I can cook is something that goes into a slow cooker because you can't really F it up. But like chili and stuff like that, that's my jam. What eyeshadow do I have on? I have Carving from Cleona Cosmetics, and then Glow from Cleona is in the inner corner. And then these shades, like the matte shades that are sort of blended around, are from the Tartelette in Bloom, which let's just round this out now because it feels really cheap to do a video on this. So I had the misguided idea that I was going to do a Pan That palette. I knew I was never going to do that. But I am pleased. Like, I did manage to hit pan on half of it. So that's good. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it now. But I stopped updating in like July. So there's the finale, guys. I'm terrible at these projects. That's why I do like a 2-month project because I can commit to 2 months. I can't commit to a full year. That's just nonsense. But I did do pretty well with it. So I'm happy about that. So I've got this one and this shade here, these 2 on my eyes as well. So we finished out that project. Let's see what I've missed. Oh, I didn't miss too much. No surgery. However, my doc suspects my endometriosis is in my bowel. I didn't even know that could go there. That sounds thoroughly uncomfortable. Like that sounds horrible. Yeah, never trust a fart. Like I guess there's my first merch idea. Hashtag never trust a fart. Maybe I'll just get like pants with like don't trust on the ass or danger or caution or something. The biohazard symbol. Oh, there we go. Pants with a biohazard symbol right on the butt of them. Who's buying? Let me know. I promise you will not regret it. I loved my slow cooker and now I will probably never use it again. The Instant Pot has changed my life. Huh. I like the sounds of that. I'm going to have to look into, I don't know. I walked by some sort of pot cookie thing, I don't know, at Walmart, Canadian Tire, one of those stores. And it had like 800 buttons on it. And I was like, you're way too complicated. I like my like high, low, done. That's my speed. But there we are. I'm sorry. Jordan just caught my eye. Do you ever have disappointing farts where you're like, oh, it's coming, and then you're so disappointed when nothing barely comes out? Sure. Yes, I have. But now I'm oddly relieved when hardly anything comes out. It's not always terrible, but I do kind of smell like what I imagine a frat house smells like, so that's fun. Let's do a meet and greet one day. We'll talk about bowel movements. Good times. I will say though, the most disappointing thing is when a sneeze runs away. Like when you get like the full like, and then it just disappears. And you're like, well, no, all this lead up and nothing. Come on. I've also met guys like that. We'll leave it at that. I used to love that palette. Beef stroganoff in a crock pot is awesome. I've also made it in my Instant Pot. They're both great. You can use the cheapest cut of meat and it will be tender as heck. That sounds good to me. Just no mushrooms. I can't do mushrooms, but no, I feel completely relieved, right? I would rather be disappointed by a fart than have it be overly ambitious. This is a weird topic. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Anything goes. Pam asks, you guys see her as Mary, but I know the real deal. How do you apply the Cliona eyeshadows? I tried with the brush. No, don't use brush. Finger. Done. Easiest thing. With a brush, it blends out all like the magic and the magic just disappears. So finger is where it's at. Can't get really like super precise with it. Although I did use a brush to just kind of pat it on the inner corner. But for the lid, just finger and swipe and you're good to go. Merch, yeah. That feels so good. Yes, where is it? Sorry. I'm terrible at scrolling. Like you wouldn't think it would be that difficult, but yes, on the pants, preferably pajamas. Yeah, I'm wearing my stripping banana shirt. There he is. He's all censored. And I've got leggings on. That's basically what I've lived in all weekend. Have you gotten cleared to work out yet? Yes, I have. I was at the clinic, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, and I'm allowed to swallow my pills now, which doesn't sound like a big step, but let me tell you, crushed up antidepressants don't taste good. So I can swallow all my pills. I'm allowed to take swallow prenatal vitamins. No, I'm not pregnant, but they have iron and all the shit that I need them to have. And I have to have like chewables up till this point, and they don't taste great. So I'm glad that I can swallow all that stuff, and I have no more physical limitations. So I'm allowed to go to the gym. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. So I'm very happy about that. After having kids, I do not trust a sneeze or heavy coughing. Yep. It's being a woman, man. Blessing and a curse. With you on the crockpot too. I'm too scared to try an Instapop. Griffin wants to get one. Never trust a sneeze or love. We went to Collingwood tonight, which is like an hour away from us. And there's like a big ski resort and all this stuff there. And they have all these like Christmas lights and a light show and all sorts of stuff going on. And we walked in on an engagement. And all I could think was, enjoy it now, guys, because once you have kids, there'll be no more of this romantic shit. But it was really sweet. I've never walked in on an engagement before. And of course, Bennett goes running up and he's like, hi, guys, which was all very, very cute. But it was very sweet. I'm making dinner, so I'm slow to respond. Yeah, we did drive-through today. Oh, my stomach. I was doing great. I had like chicken fingers. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And then it wasn't. And I was in pain and it felt like I'd eaten a brick. Like I go from like 0 to full with 0 warning. Like it's just, and then it's never like, okay, maybe I should stop. It's like, you should have stopped like 10 bites ago. Thanks for letting me know, body. But it's still a learning curve. I'm only 3 months out, so still learning. I started my pants at Disneyland after my surgery. I had to buy PJs and throw your chonies away. Is that a typo? Or do I not know what chonies are? And wrap my hoodie around my rinsed out pants while buying PJs. Oh God, I know. Um, for me, I may as well share it, but for me, with like butter, like buttered popcorn, or I had like chicken fingers that had like a butter buffalo sauce. It's just oil. Like oil runs through me. It's really gross. Rancid. It's disgusting. I'm surprised that Barry still lets me sleep in the bed with him. I'm still waiting. I know Cleona is very, very slow. That's the only problem. I was talking a little bit about Cleona with Jen Gerard, and she was saying like she really loves the products, but it took 2 months for her to get them. So she doesn't want to like endorse them yet until they figure that out. They have moved into a new warehouse space and they are going to be hiring new staff because right now there's just 3 of them working on it. But yeah, they are very slow. Fingers for all any shiny. Yeah. Shiny eyeshadows like the ColourPop Super Shock ones. Finger. It's all good. It's the easiest thing too because you just, and it looks so much more like impressive than what it really is. It's just one shadow just gone across. Yeah, Britt, I don't know how Barry puts up with me. I don't know. I like to think that it's just karma because he's a dude. He smells like a dude. But not going to win any like sexiest wife awards anytime soon. That's for sure. Sorry, at least I was sleeping machine gone. Yes, although that's by my own decision. I was supposed to go and see my internist a couple weeks ago. Canceled. I'm supposed to do a sleep study this week. No. I don't snore anymore. I don't wake myself up snoring. If I lie on my back, I'm not like literally choking myself with my own neck fat anymore. I wake up and I feel mostly rested. Bennett's kind of messing that game up lately, but I just feel so much better. And so I just don't want to go through that again. The sleep study was horrific. I hate wearing the mask. I spend more time waking up in the middle of the night adjusting the damn mask than I would waking up snoring. So I just have decided that I don't have sleep apnea anymore. And maybe that's not the most responsible choice, but that's just where we're at this point. So I know I just received a call on Friday from, it's called ProResp. They're the ones that supply me with the machine and they do all the checkups on it. And they're going to be having nothing to check up because I haven't worn it since I got it the last time. So I'm just going to give it back to them and just say, I'll take my chances. If I die in my sleep, well, that's ideal, right? So I know I'm not very responsible, but it is what it is. I hate it when you cough and pee a little. What the fuck? I don't care about getting old. I just hate that my body gives up. Word. Yeah. Like the bladder, like we're supposed to be friends here, guys. Like, don't betray me. I do nothing to my bladder to make it betray me, and yet it does. I will say, oh, chonies are underwear in Spanish. Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. I never, like I had C-sections, so I never had to like actually do the whole exiting of a human out of my body. Power to those who do, because I can only imagine that messes your game up big time. But being pregnant with a 7.5 and a 9.5 pound baby, things aren't quite what they used to be. That's for sure. That's legit every life. Yeah, Kelsey, you got 4 kids, right? Oh God, poise pads. I'm just not ready for it. I'm just not ready for it. What am I drinking tonight? I have vodka with diet cranberry juice. I just can't be bothered to mix up a Caesar or anything like that. And this has like no calories in it. So aside from the vodka, so I feel good about that. No sugar. I used to drink vodka with San Pellegrino, like the lemonade one, but it's got so much sugar and I just can't handle sugar anymore. Like just the taste of it, it's way too sweet for me. Forget the mask weight for now. Thank you, Bettina. Yes, I will take your medical advice because I'm not doing another sleep study. I'm not doing it. Like, no. It was horrific. I slept for maybe a grand total of like an hour and a half. I can't remember exactly what the report said, but when the guy comes in the morning, he's like, wow, you didn't sleep very much. Like, does anybody? As I have like 500 wires attached to me. Like it's terrible. By the way, love the before and after pics. You look so much more confident in the after pics. Thank you. Those before, like, I just want to hug the girl in the before picture because I was miserable. Like, you can see I'm sort of like looking off to the side even. Like, I had such a hard time even just looking at myself standing in my own bathroom. And now I feel so much better. Like, I still have a long way to go, but I feel so much better, just like emotionally and physically. Of course, like, we went out and we were sledding with the kids today, and then we walked around in Collingwood, and it just feels so good, because this time last year, there's no way we would have done either of those things. We would have just sat at home all day, because I just would have, like, the idea of sledding with the kids and like lugging up and down the hill. God bless Barry. He did the majority of that, but I did go up the hill. There's no way I would have done it, because I'd still be trying to haul my ass up the hill like from 10 hours ago. So I feel like I'm living again. And when we were at, it's called Blue Mountain Village, when we were there today, just looking at all the activities that they have, like, they have a roller coaster that goes through the mountain, and they have a high ropes course, and they have like all sorts of activities. And I'm like already planning for the summer. Whereas last summer I would have been like, well, I'm not going to fit in the roller coaster, and I'm going to be too heavy for the high ropes course, and there's no way I'm going in a bathing suit in public. And I just feel like I'm actually living again. And I'm just so grateful for that. It's amazing. Bennett can eat a bag of dicks lately. He woke up at 12:30 the other night, like midnight, 12:30 in the morning. What? And he was ready to fucking party. Like, he didn't bump his head in the middle of the night. He didn't fall out of bed. He was just like, hey, motherfuckers, let's go. So thank God for Barry. He took him downstairs. But of course, like, by the time, we get woken up and Barry takes him downstairs, there's been a ton of shrieking, and Aspen's yelling at him, and I'm wide awake. And then the dog's like, hey, should we go for a walk? You lie the fuck down. You're fine. And it's all a little much. Aspen's always been a fantastic sleeper, and Bennett, not so much. Audra's having sweet red wine. Very nice. Barry, you mean a satchel of Richards? I haven't seen Danica in this chat, but she does a lot of artistic things. She's a friend of ours, and obviously she pops into the lives every now and then as well. I need her to draw up some Richard satchels for me as like a merch idea. Be like an inside joke. Maybe not perhaps like a literal dick falling out of it, but something. I'm not very creative with that kind of thing. Kegels. Yeah, I need to work that into my daily routine, apparently. Oh, good night, Tara. 4 kids, 13, 12, 9, and 5. My goodness. Do you do like 1 line of Coke a day to keep up, or is it like a 2-line thing at this point? Because I thought like maybe just like a little bit of meth might help me become a better mother, because it would give me that much more energy. Marie has sleep apnea. The mask can be cumbersome, but I feel so much better when I use it. And I dreamed you've lost a lot of weight in your neck, so yours has probably improved. I think so, because even before, like if I just lied on my back, like I struggled for breath because it was like everything just like crushing up on my neck. And now it's so much better. And when I lie on my side, I don't have like, I used to have to put a blanket like between my boobs and kind of put my arm over it to keep my boobs out of my face and all like the neck fat and everything. And now I don't have that problem at all. So it's so much better. Yeah, oddly, how old are you? How are you old enough to have 4 kids? I know you don't look like you'd be old enough to have 4 kids, especially not teenagers. Heels do not help the piddle issue. Sex life, perhaps. Well, hey, man, there's the silver lining. Oh, I did it again. I cannot scroll. I'm not old enough. I'm about to be 31. Wait, 31, and you have 13-year-old. Okay, you started very early. I started at like 31, like a month shy of 32. And I feel those 5 difference between Aspen and Bennett, that's for sure. Satchel of Richards merch would be everything. Maybe I'll just like have an actual satchel. Like I'll do like purse merch, and it'll just be a funny little inside joke. We'll just like put Richard along the side of it or something, like a brand name. Oh, I missed something. Oh, those were pictures. Those before pictures are so hard to take. I was white at camera like the plague. I know. I used to as well. I was always the volunteer to take the pictures. And I still take most of the pictures only because I'm the one who thinks about it all the time. But I would always like to be at the back, have people stand in front of me, just like hide me as much as possible. And I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. A few days ago, about a week ago, I posted pictures from when my firm and we all went out for like a team building thing, and we went axe throwing, and I didn't hate myself in the picture. And it was a really odd feeling to like look at it and not want to just rip me out of the picture. Like it was such a cool feeling. It's been 16 years since my surgery, but I remember those days like yesterday. I don't think I'll ever be able to just like not have fat me sitting in the back of my head. 4 lines, one for each kid, but who knows? I'm just, I feel so much more confident. I really do. And it's not just that my body's changed. It's like just knowing that I've done this. Like I carried through with it. I did the surgery. I'm sticking to the program. I'm making changes. It's all very empowering just doing that. So the weight loss obviously is a huge bonus, but just the whole lifestyle change has been like life-changing for sure. Have hyperthyroidism, which has given me a weird relationship with my body. I feel normal size and I see a pic and I get uncomfortable. I'm not really familiar with hyperthyroidism. Barry has hypothyroidism, so he has to take meds for that. And I remember before he was diagnosed with that, just sort of what his symptoms were, but I'm not familiar with hyperthyroidism. Is that like your metabolism just races? Is that what that one is? I'm not sure. Is it Desreen? I inspired you? I hope so. I always feel guilty when people tell me that, because I get it a lot, like in comments and DMs and things like that. And I'm just kind of like, well, I had surgery. Like I didn't, and I don't want to like undervalue that because it's huge and it's not easy. Like, it's not like I like had a magic wand flicked at me and, weight just fell off of me. But I have so much respect for people who are able to do it without the surgery as well. Not that there's anything wrong with surgery. Obviously, I don't think so because I had it. But I know that there were like, it was never going to be a like hit rock bottom and wake up kind of moment for me. You would think like once you hit 250 pounds, once you hit 275, once you hit 300, I hit 328 before I got pregnant with Bennett, and it still wasn't enough to wake me up. I was diagnosed with friggin' sleep apnea. I had type 2 diabetes, and it still wasn't enough. So for me, I had to have the surgery, and I knew that. So I have so much respect for people who can make those changes without that tool. That to me is the true inspiration, because it's just incredible. Oh, Anna, your surprise souvenir from your cruise is 18. I love that surprise souvenir. And it's hard work, but it's worth it. I was really young when I started, but I wouldn't change anything. Yeah, that's amazing. I love the pic. Your legs look long. Yeah, I'm 5'9". I'm fairly well proportioned, but yeah, I'm 5'9". We're so proud of you. Oh, thank you. Did mine on, you did what? Sorry, Desireen, did you have surgery on Friday? Is that what I'm sorry, I'm confused. It's late. Do you still struggle? No, so I was diagnosed with type 2. Let me see. I can't remember the timeline. I think I was diagnosed with type 2 either a week before or a week after I found out that I was pregnant with Bennett. It was a week after, because I remember my endocrinologist asking me if Bennett was planned. And I'm like, dude, I've been working on that for a year and a half. So it was type 2. It wasn't gestational. And I lost 70 pounds when I was pregnant with Bennett. Gained 55 of it back, but I lost 70 pounds and all my sugars were well controlled. So I haven't had to take insulin since the day he was born. And I was getting back. So there's like normal, at risk, pre-diabetic, and then diabetic. And so after he was born, I was at that at-risk level, just with it's called an A1C, so your overall control of sugar over a period of time. But the last visit that I had with him, about, I would say 6 to 8 months before the surgery, I was back up to pre-diabetic. So if I hadn't had the surgery, it was inevitable. It was going to come back. Like I just was not taking care of myself. So, but now, no, my sugars are totally normal. If anything, they're a little bit low, but I don't have any diabetic issues anymore, which is awesome because finger sticks, they get old really fast. They suck. Glad you got the gist of my post. Yes, it is a lot of work, but so worth it. It's okay. You were young. Yeah, for sure. Enjoy them while you have enough energy to enjoy them. Absolutely. Yeah, so you're 3'7". So I was 316 when I started my pre-surgery thing. What? Pre-surgery prep, like the liquid diet. I was 316. I was down to 296, somewhere around there. I lost like 18, 19 pounds in those 3 weeks, and like 296 when I had surgery, somewhere around there. Metabolism is fast. So apparently I'm uber skinny, but before it hit, I was 175. I work hard as fuck to maintain. And see, like that's the struggle I've never dealt with, is being underweight and having to like work hard to maintain. But I think that would have its own challenges for sure. And I mean, obviously if it gets out of check, like you're losing too much weight, and that's not healthy either. Right. So I can imagine that has its own struggles. And I'd like to sit here and say like, that's a problem I wish I had. But I don't. Like, I don't know what is involved with that. I know the evil that I do know. So let's just stick with that. But I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. I hope that meds are able to control that for you. Janelle had sleeve surgery 6 years ago. Oh, and you've regained a lot. So you can go through your journey. Inspires me to get back on track. Just because someone has surgery doesn't mean it's not hard work. Absolutely. Anybody who says that surgery is easy, I dare you to do friggin' 3 weeks of nothing but goddamned OptiFast. That is not easy. That I have like minor post-traumatic stress disorder from that because it was horrible. And all the changes that go with it. And it's not easy. It's an amazing tool though, the surgery. Like it's not a magic wand, but it is an incredible tool, and it's really given me my life back. So I mean, like I said, I'm 3 months out. I don't know where I'll be 6 years after surgery, right? So I feel like this first year is going to be the easy part because I don't feel hungry. Hunger is going to come back eventually. My body hasn't figured out what's going on, so it hasn't figured out how to absorb stuff. Like I need to develop the habits now so that a year from now, when I do get those hunger pains, when I do I've lost the weight and now it's a matter of maintaining it, that's where it's going to be really tricky and really hard. And I could very well be at risk of gaining it all back if I don't control myself and if I don't learn new habits. So I'm trying really hard to work on that because I don't want to go back. Like I'm just so grateful for the second chance that I'm terrified of going back. And it just lurks in the back of my mind that I lost 70 pounds when I was pregnant with Bennett. I gained 55 back. I've lost 70 pounds now. I could gain 55 back. It's just a matter of habits and what I do, right? So I really need to stick to it. Britt says, your journey inspires me and it's fascinating to watch you blossom. Thank you, Britt. I mean, you and I have very loose plans to meet up, but it's going to happen at some point. We just need to work out the logistics. I have sort of DM'd with Teresa from Teresa's Dead. We've got very loose plans. I have loose plans to meet up with Shane and with Jen in the summertime. And those are things that I never, even as lovely as Britt is, I never would have put myself out into the position of actually meeting up with her 6 months ago, because I just would have been so embarrassed and so ashamed that I wouldn't want anybody to see me in person. So the fact that I have one less thing to worry about, I could cry. I don't want to cry, but I could cry. Did you get your YouTube back? Oh yeah, oddly, what the hell? Somebody stole your videos and posted them and your name? What is that? Who did you piss off lately? Because that seems very personal. That doesn't seem like something a random person would do. It seems revengey. I don't like that. How are you feeling, Desireen, if you had the surgery? Did you have the sleeve or the bypass? Everybody always DMs me and they're like, why did you choose the bypass over the sleeve? And I'm like, don't know. My doctor told me to do the bypass, so I did. I don't research things to death. Like sometimes I will, and then other times when a doctor says like, here's the one that I recommend, I'm like, okay. So I didn't get too far into it. He's like, it's the gold standard. I was like, sounds fucking good to me. Let's do that. And I liked the fact that I get to keep my stomach. Like, yeah, it's all rewired and rerouted, and they've made a new little stomach, but my OG stomach's still in there, and I like that. I get like scared of the idea of like body parts being removed. Oh, Olivia, you're so sweet. Don't feel guilty. I will say sometimes I feel guilty if I send you a message, about how great you look, because life is not all about our weight. Oh, that's so sweet. No, I don't take any offense to that at all. I don't. Even like our clerk at work, he's like, you've lost a lot of weight. Like, you've lost a lot of weight. He's like, oh, I don't mean to be insulting. I'm like, no, dude, like, I'm aware. Like, it's not a secret. It was not a surprise to me that I've lost weight and I look better. It's okay. No, I don't get offended by that at all. I'm pre-diabetic, fucking sweet tooth. Yeah, I don't want to preach. Like, I am not in a position to preach at all, but let me tell you, type 2 life sucks balls. So if you can stay in that pre-diabetic or get it under, highly recommend, because finger sticks 4 times a day. No. And insulin, let me tell you, the first time I had to inject myself with insulin, I cried like a little bitch, like full on sobbing, had a panic attack. Like, it was disastrous. I had to call my best friend, who in a previous life was a paramedic, and she lives like half an hour away from me. She's like, I'm getting in my car, I'm driving, and I'm going to do this for you. I'm like, no, I can do it. I can do it. And the only reason that I was able to do it was because it was for my baby. And if it was just me, I wouldn't have done it, because I'm such a freaking needle phobe. But I managed to do it. It doesn't actually hurt, but it's still like every now and then you get a freaking sore spot and you get a bruise like a son of a bitch. I did that as well. After my surgery, I had to take 8 days of some sort of bullshit medicine that was in an injection, to prevent like blood clotting or something. I can't remember. And I got myself in one spot on my stomach, and oh my God, I had like a bruise like that. It was black. It was so sore. It was awful. Audra, they took down the video, but I'm waiting for them to take down the channel. Thankfully, they didn't hack into my channel. They just stole my name, profile pic, and video and acted like it was theirs. Why? I don't understand people's behavior. I really don't understand. I mean, I'm glad they took the video down, but come on, YouTube, do better. Moved pretty fast, which is unexpected. Hi, Sophie. Scrolling. Oh, you had the bypass. Good job, Desreen. How are you feeling? How long ago was that? It wasn't very long. I can't remember. It's up in the comments now. Hi, everyone. I've been listening whilst decorating my Christmas tree. Now I can join the fun. 805 Bird, what is your actual name? Just so that I know. I might forget, but I'm always curious to know what people's actual names are. Having surgery is not easy. I've worked hard to keep the weight off for 16 years. Still a struggle. Still has helped me tremendously to maintain. I still fluctuate. Yeah, like I think that's just going to be life. Like, I wish I was one of those people that like food is just sort of there. It's like an afterthought, and I'm getting closer to that. I don't think I'll ever fully be there, but I used to wake up thinking like, what am I going to eat today? And it was never like, let's eat a kale salad. It was always like, am I going to order pizza? Or am I going to have a burger? Like, but I would obsess about it all day. And I'm so glad to have a break from that, because it just took up so much space in my head. Did you just casually mention you're going to meet Shane? Yeah, I'm going to stop talking about it, because I feel a little pathetic that I mention it all the time, but it's just so exciting. We have very loose plans. Like, I'm going to LA and Vegas in June for my 40th. And we've messaged each other back and forth. And so we don't have a date planned or like what we're going to do, because it's 7 months away, or I guess 6 at this point, whatever. But yeah, we have a plan in place, and Jen Gerard as well. Finally made it home late though. That's okay, Cam. We've been on 40 minutes. It's amazing how fast this goes. That's crazy. You went out to dinner tonight, didn't you? Did you have a good night? I hope so. We ate in the car on the way home. I swear it was some crazy ass shit. I have no idea who would have done it. No one in my personal life even knows I make videos. It's like, Yeah, that's creepy. I would feel very violated by somebody stealing my picture and name. Like, that just is creepy. I don't like that. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? It's not that good. Britt, I'm the same way. If I were to research, I would 100% bail because it's terrifying with surgery. Yeah, I made the mistake. I had to have, oh God, I can't remember what it's called, but they had to put a scope into my bladder, basically. So they had to go like up the urethra and take a look. They thought that I might have some sort of bladder cancer or tumors. This was years ago. And I researched it. That's a bad idea because people don't write on the internet about like the mundane. They always write about, especially with medical stuff, they're not going to write about like, hey, my endoscopy or whatever the hell it was called. I can't remember what it was called. Cystoscopy, I think is what it was. Cystoscopy? I think so. Nobody's going to write and be like, 5 out of 5, I recommend. No, they're going to write like, that was the most horrible thing I've ever done. And that's what they wrote. So I'm reading this and I'm just like, Jesus. And it was before I started taking anti-anxiety meds. And it was one of the reasons I started taking anti-anxiety meds because I had full-blown panic attacks, like hyperventilating, crying, curled in a ball on the floor. I was a mess. I showed up to like, it's like a day thing. Like you're not even in there for a day. It's like you walk in, you register, they do it, you leave. It's really no big deal. She asked me my name and I started crying. The nurse came to put me in the change room and I started crying. Like the doctor literally had to walk with his arm around me, supporting me into the room. And then it was over in like 2 seconds. And honestly, a pap smear is worse. Like I wasted so much energy on that. So like, do not look shit up online because it's terrible. Okay, sorry, moving on. Was the diabetes from the weight? Will it go away? Possibly. Yes. So my diabetes was weight related and it has gone. So I feel really good about that. Gerard, lip cream or Hydromat liquid lipstick? Is one better? I wouldn't say the one is better. I just think they're different. So the lip cream is not going to dry down and it's not going to be transfer proof. It is still very pigmented, but it's not matte. So it's kind of like a beefed up lip gloss, if you will. And the Hydromats will dry down, so they are transfer proof, but any liquid lipstick that dries down will get a little bit drying on the lips. So from a comfort perspective, I like the lip creams a little bit better. For longevity perspective, the liquid lipsticks are nicer. I hope that helps, Spam. Sorry. I'm taking my needle today as my second one. Okay, good luck with that. I got no words of wisdom on that one. I just hit one spot that just did not enjoy having a needle jammed into it, and then it complained bitterly for a week after. Chris. Okay. I find every time I ask somebody what their actual name is on here, pretty much, it's Chris, Christine, or Christina. It's a very popular name. Oh, you did it on Friday. Oh my goodness. Oh, so you're just like fresh right out of it. Oh, well, congratulations. I remember my first week was very difficult. I kind of just sat there and had buyer's remorse and was like, what did I just do to myself? And then it passed. It just kind of lifted and it was amazing. Like I was kind of beating myself up, thinking like, what is wrong with you that you needed surgery in order to deal with this? Like, why did it have to come to this? And then I just kind of like gave myself a little bit of a talk and was like, what does it matter why it came to this? It came to this. You're fine. Have the surgery, rock the shit out of it. And here we are. So good luck with your recovery. It does get easier. I promise. Of course. Oh, you guys are so nice. Of course, talk about it. It's exciting. I know. I feel awkward because I've mentioned it a few times. So I'm just kind of like, I'd feel like a name dropper or something. Like he and I, like we don't like text each other every day or anything like that, but we're friendly with each other. We'll put it that way. Whoever it was commented on my video, like to say, hey, I'm here and I took your shit. I would have never known had they not commented. I'm still like, yeah, like that's just really bizarre. If anybody in the comments doesn't know what happened, somebody took Oddly Aquarian's like video, name, and thumbnail picture and created their own channel with it and posted. Like it's very bizarre. And then basically taunted her in her own comments. Like it's so inappropriate. Like that's just so bizarre. My nickname is Bird. I like that. I love when people have like cool nicknames. I like the stories behind them. Never had a cool nickname. I'm just always being Kara. That's not fun. One guy used to call me Little Yacht because my maiden name was Big Canoe. True story. And his last name was Staples. So I got to call him Paperclips. He got to call me Little Yacht. Balance. Nothing to gain from stealing. Someone with 42 subs. You got like nothing to like gain from stealing from anybody. It's terrible. I'm looking for an affordable moisturizer, but everything breaks me out. Dry, acne-prone skin. Currently, Olay doesn't break me out, but it isn't hydrating enough. Cetaphil. Yeah, I think you can get Cetaphil in a drugstore. Okay, so Pam Britt says the Hydra Mats. I think it comes down to personal preference. I like the longevity of the matte liquid lipsticks. Sorry, my ability to scroll is just non-existent. It's terrible. Wow, I don't know how to pronounce that, Audra. Okay, anyways, there you go. There's a recommendation. I got nothing. I am terrible at recommending skincare. Like I've had people request skincare routines for me, and whatever samples I get from Sephora I use. Like I don't invest a lot into skincare because, let's be honest, half the time I forget. It's terrible. I remove my makeup every night. Like I do at least go that far, but sometimes I just wash my face with water and maybe throw a moisturizer on it. But I don't have like a 20-step regime that I do religiously. Like I just don't. I can hear my son on the monitor. What the shit? Go to sleep. Oh, it's 10:30 at night. Ollie, I just started watching you and you're so entertaining. Screenshot this thing. Oh, that's awesome. I was so nervous, but finally said, screw it, I'm going to do it. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's just the way it is. When people ask for advice on like how to start a YouTube channel, like you just start. You just start. I was shitting bricks when I started mine, but everybody's being so lovely. I just honestly had this idea that people were going to do nothing but just crap all over me and make fun of me and just be mean. And nobody has been. Well, like 3 people have been, but honestly, it's like laughable. For the most part, everybody has been amazing. Okay, I'm Anne, but my nieces and nephew call me Nini. We think the first one was trying to say Annie or Auntie. They came out Nini. Okay, so I just always like end up calling you Marie, but I can call you Nini Marie. I don't want to call you by the wrong name. I love that Bennett calls Aspen Augie, and I want him to call her Augie forever. And he's starting to correct himself and say Aspen Lily. Like he calls her by her full name, and she's like, can you not do that, please? Because she's a 7-year-old teenager. But I love Augie. Like I want him, like I just picture like at her wedding 20 some odd years from now where he's like, and Augie. And I don't know. I get these ideas in my head and you know it's not going to happen. Then I'm going to be like oddly disappointed. Be like, Bennett, you're supposed to call her Augie. What's wrong with you? Welcome to the Losers Club. Yeah. Little Yacht. Yeah, exactly. It's like mine was Babs. I like it. Yeah, I've never had a cool nickname. I'm trying to think. No. I posted on Twitter a little while ago a picture of myself from when I was like 9, I think, with like the hair. And my nickname in elementary school was Afro, and that was hurtful and awful and probably a little racist as well. But that was not a nickname that I wanted to continue going by because it was mean and awful. Bo is doing well in the new place. That's your pity, right, Audra? Bo? He's so cute. Your channel back. Steal and hug him. I know. I'm so glad that I'm a dog owner now. I love having a dog. Britt, your big dog, I can never remember his name. It's like my spirit animal. Like, I love him. He's so fucking, like, he just looks like he has 0 fucks to give. He's so adorable. Skincare is Audra's jam. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know, like it, I think because I have normal skin, like I don't really see a huge difference with anything that I use. So I'm hard to impress because nothing is ever really like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, yeah, it cleaned my face. Like, yep, it hydrated. I don't know. I'll probably regret it in a couple of years when the fine lines become a little less fine, but that's a problem for future, Kara. After I lose my weight, I want you to help me with my makeup. Well, that's what we're all here for. There's a bunch of people on here that have channels, and we all do like tutorials and talk about it and all that kind of thing. It's funny because people ask me to like do their makeup. I'm terrible at doing somebody else's makeup. I really am. It's completely backwards, right? Like I'm used to doing this and not this. Like I try to do Aspen's and I'm like, I don't know how to like do her right eye because it's on the wrong side. And I just, yeah. And then I try doing it with my left hand. I'm like, well, that didn't work because I'm not ambidextrous. So I don't know how makeup artists do it. You're always surprised that your comment section isn't hateful. I know. I mean, I've had a few, but I can't even say they're really hateful. Like a lot of them are just ridiculous and just like, I kind of laugh at them because I'm like, really? That's, you took your time out of your day to do that. I've only ever had like one person who basically said I was too fat to have an opinion. So deleted him and fucking blocked him. I was like, well, you're too stupid to have an opinion on this. So fuck you. It sticks with you, but like my skin is getting thicker. We'll put it that way. You film on your own on your old iPhone and edit on iMovie. You got to start somewhere. Absolutely. I'm learning and I'll get there. Even if I don't, it's helping me with my depression, anxiety. I also have friends now. That's awesome. Yeah. Like I don't think you have to have like the best camera or like the fanciest editing or anything like that. It's just a matter of doing it. And it's true. Like I like hanging out with you guys right now. And we're all like-minded. Like we all have similar passions. And that's amazing because most of my friends in real life, with the exception of Mary Boone in the comments, who is absolutely lovely and we hang out whenever we can. Most people are just kind of like, you talk about makeup an awful lot. And I do. But I could talk about it for hours. Oh, good night, Pam. Yeah, Bo is your pity. My nickname in high school was Big Casserole. Well, that's alarming. And very specific as well. Like big casserole. There's a lot of layers there, aren't there? Maybe I'm not thinking of the right thing. I feel like casseroles have layers. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Absolutely. Being called worse. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm a lawyer. I've been called a lot of things. And it kind of rolls off my back at this point. Except when somebody on Twitter came for me about my parenting the other day, I was like, oh no, I will cut you. Like, we're done. Like, there's a line. You don't get to talk about my kids. You don't get to talk about my parenting. Well, fuck your shit up. Like, you want to tell me I'm fat? That's not surprising. That's okay. I've told myself that for decades. But you tell me that I'm an irresponsible parent or that my child is irresponsible, I'll murder you. I will stab you with a spoon. Wait, what? Whoever said that was probably morbidly obese. Yeah, right? Like it just, whatever. It was like a video that I did on Kat Von D's, like her video where she was like, I'm not a Nazi or an anti-vaxxer. I'm like, you are both, my friend. And apparently I'm not allowed to have an opinion on vaccinations because I don't have my weight under control. Obesity, while it may classify as an epidemic, it is not contagious. So eat a dick. That's all I gotta say about that. Hi, Barbarella. You always leave very nice comments on my videos as well, and I appreciate that. Yes, so I saw Jen Gerard do this in her recent live. So if you have a channel, leave a red heart emoji, because she said leave some sort of Christmas emoji and I couldn't fucking find them. Leave a red heart emoji and then we can all subscribe to each other. So go ahead, go do it. That's what you, is it all Misty? That is what I started filming with and I still do from time to time. Yeah, like Jen Gerard, she owns a cosmetics company and she films with a phone. Like it's all good. Mama Bear Care. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, because I had posted about Aspen took the dog for a walk. Like Aspen's 7.5. She walks the dog. We've got the sweetest dog on the face of the earth. The dog saw another lady with her dog. Luna pulled the leash out of Aspen's hand. Went to go greet the other dog. My dog's not aggressive. She wouldn't be snarly. She wouldn't be barky, whatever. The owner of the other dog yelled at my daughter, who was clearly by herself, yelled at her, told her that she needs to learn how to control her dog and all of this kind of thing. And Aspen came home crying, like full on hysterics, sobbing. We had to get her under control so that we could take her to school. Like it was just, you don't do that to a little girl. And somebody on Twitter was like, well, this is your fault. You set her up. She's irresponsible. You're irresponsible, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, first of all, second of all, the lady was probably scared. I don't know what kind of dog she had. She might have been talking from a place of fear. Fine. However, tone it down a notch. Like, know your audience. It's a child. She clearly wasn't like, sick 'em, Luna. The dog pulled the leash out of her hand. It's happened to me. So it's not like we're all impervious to this. It's just an accident. So you don't yell at children. Like, I don't care. And Aspen has to learn responsibility somehow. So she walks the dog. She does it every morning. It's fine. She's safe. We give her a little walkie-talkie. We have the walkie-talkie. We can communicate. She doesn't go more than like fucking 20 feet away from her house anyways. And she's got the dog with her. She's okay. I was dog sitting when I was that age. Like, anyways, maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe. I don't think I am, but I don't care. Even if I'm in the wrong, come for me. You don't talk about my kid. You don't make her cry. Anyways. Audra. Sorry. If you can call me constantly sweating and not wearing pants while filming a channel, yes. There are very many times where I don't wear pants. Often don't have a bra on, is what it is. But nobody else knows because you see from like here up. It's all good. You know what? Oddly, I have to admit, I don't know if I have subscribed to you or not, but I will as soon as I'm off of this. I will subscribe. I don't have a channel. Maybe one day. Yeah, go for it. There's no prerequisites. As long as you are able to like verbalize some sort of thought, you're good. Have you watched my videos? I'm not always the most coherent. I don't always have like the deepest thoughts. Britt nails it all the time. She has so many like deep, good, intelligent thoughts about things. And I'm like, I don't know, blue is blue. I just don't think too deeply into stuff because I do that all day. And by the time I get home, I'm just like, I just want to play with something that's sparkly. Like, I don't want to talk about people and their stupidity on the internet. I just don't. Okay. Got y'all. I get to binge y'all while I'm at work. Yes. Britt, what a twat. Yeah, see, okay. So, and that was the thing. Like, I went with Aspen a couple of days in a row after that to see if we would cross paths with that lady again. I was not going to have a throwdown in the street. That's not my style, but I was fully intending on talking to her. And I don't like interpersonal conflict, despite being a lawyer. I can do conflict for other people. I don't like it when it's just me. But I was going to tell her, like, sure, you may have been scared because this dog, which may be bigger than hers, I don't know what kind of dog she had, came running at you. However, you owe my child an apology. You owe her an apology. And that was all there was going to be to it. And either way, it was going to be a learning lesson for Aspen. Either the lady would have apologized and I would have told Aspen about being gracious and accepting the apology and all that kind of stuff and forgiveness, or the lady would have been a twat and refused. And then I would have had a whole different lesson for Aspen about how even when people are shitty human beings, we can rise above and don't let their shit rub off on us. So there was a whole plan, but I haven't seen her. Would have went off. Yeah, like you just, anyways, you don't yell at someone else's kid. No. Like even like I've been to the park and there's always some little bastard kid that cuts in line in front of Aspen or pushes or does, well, maybe not pushes her, but cuts in front of her, like literally goes down the slide on top of her. And I don't yell at them. I'll say like, no, thank you, or we need to take turns or whatever. Usually try to find their parent to be like, can you wrangle your howler monkey of a son? But you don't yell at other people's kids. I don't even yell at my own kids. I'm not going to yell at somebody else's. Yeah, Carrot, no, you're not wrong. Thank you. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, oh God, no, Luna's not aggressive at all. If anything, like, I take her to the dog park all the time, and she just, like, everybody at the dog park loves her. They're like, she's so cute because she literally prances up to the other dogs, and her tails are like, her tail's going like this. She's just the sweetest thing. So she would have just like gone to go and literally say hi. Like, she doesn't snarl. She's not jumping. She's not anything. But she has, like, when she's seen a squirrel or something, she's pulled, and I'm not expecting it, and she's pulled the leash out of my hand. It happens. Like, it happens. Good on us. But exactly. Like, we've given her a like an allowance. So we give her like $5 a week. It's really not a lot, but she feeds the dog, she feeds the cats, and she walks the dog. And that's all responsibility, because she keeps talking about getting a hamster and getting a bird and all. Like, she wants an entire menagerie of animals. I'm not down for that, but I'm here to teach her about responsibility. So, like, that's where it starts, right? Is learning to walk. And it also gets me a little bit comfortable with her being out in the world on her own for short periods of time in a somewhat controlled environment. Like, I trust her. She's not going to run across the street. She's not going to do anything that she shouldn't do. But I can't protect her forever, right? Like, I can't say that she's never allowed to walk the dog by herself until she's like 25, because then she's going to have no basis for anything. Like, she's not going to have any perspective on anything and no experience being on her own. So she has to. Parenting is fucking hard, man. I'm terrified every time she walks out that door, but she has to walk out the door. Like, she has to. So parenting is scary. I cuss like a sailor and haven't learned not to say like every 2 seconds, but I'm trying to retrain myself. Yeah. Swear away. It is what it is. I love when people comment and they're like, I'd like your channel more if you didn't swear. I'm like, well, I wouldn't. So sorry. I don't know what to tell you. And somebody's like, well, I can't watch it when my kids are around. I'm like, nothing about my content is aimed to kids. So maybe don't watch it while they're around. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't mean to sound salty, but like, my channel, my rules. I swear, like, it is what it is. I can see the issue as a former dog trainer, but yelling at a child is never okay. She could have been more tactful and probably should have calmly spoke with you. Yeah, like, I wasn't there, but I wasn't far away. And yeah, like, I can see, like, having a dog come running at your dog is scary. Like, I can imagine that. But don't yell at my daughter. Like, she's just such a sweet little heart, and she's so tender. And even if she wasn't, like, just don't yell at another kid, because my daughter never would have done anything questionable. Like, at any rate, anyways, I was just mad at the lady on Twitter. Just, as is common on Twitter, I think. I subbed all the red hearts. Good. I'm going to go through the comments after this. Where are we at? A dollar. An hour and 3 minutes. I'm going to remember to go back about a little bit short of an hour. I got to run and shower and get ready for my back rub. Go get it, Chris. Have fun. I love that. I love it. Whoop, whoop, back rub. Yeah, I don't think Barry's in the chat anymore. I might be asking him for a back rub, especially once I finish that. She's so cute. I love when she makes appearances. I know she always wants to be in my videos, always. But half the time, like, she comes in here and then she just makes like these really high-pitched squeaking noises. I'm like, you're not a mouse. Can we use some words, please? Or she talks baby talk. She does it when she's nervous. I hate it. We're trying to break her of that habit, but it is what it is. But she's so sweet. She would have a channel in a heartbeat if I let her, but there's a lot of jerks on the internet, and I don't think she needs to have a channel at this point. She wants a TikTok account. I'm like, no, honey, you are 7 years old. No. You can make appearances on mine. She really wants to do an ASMR video with me. I don't know if you watched my ASMR video. Not great. Probably be even worse with a 7-year-old. But I might at least just film it, and I might never put it on my channel, but I might just let her film it with me, because it'd be fun to do together. Someone once told me they didn't like that I got drunk in one video, but that was literally the point of that particular video. It's like when you do a Dunkin' review, they're like, this would have been better without the alcohol. I'm sorry, read the room. I did a video recently and I said that I was inebriated. What I really meant is that I was high as fuck. And somebody comments, and I said it in the video that I was like totally inebriated. And somebody's like, holy shit, even at 2 times speed, you talk so slowly. I'm like, because I was listening to the walls breathe. Like, cut me some slack. Why are people offended by swearing? They're just words. People need to unclench their ass cheeks and lighten up. Right? She could do a demon voice like my daughter. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, Aspen just reverts to like baby talk when she's nervous. Yeah, I don't understand getting offended by swearing. And like when people are like, I really wish that you wouldn't. I'm like, there are 6 million other channels that don't. So feel free. Like, it's okay. But I'm not going to sit here and film videos and censor myself. Like, that's not being authentic to myself. And that's like my personality changes. If you watched my first divorce video, like that's my work persona. And I noticed that as I'm editing it, I'm like, good God, you sound preachy. But it's not like this. Like, this is my actual personality. And yes, I'm going to swear, especially in lives. It's going to happen. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, but what if a sensitive grandmother is watching? I don't want to hurt her ears. Like, no, just let people live, man. Yeah. Yo, like I'm obsessed with TikTok right now. I don't have a TikTok account. Like, I don't. Apparently I need to check it out. Oh, I loved your ASMR video. Do more ASMR. I loved it. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, thank you, Wicker. Oh, I felt so, I edited it obviously. And then I haven't watched it back since it's been edited. Cause I just like, I give myself a little bit of cringiness, but I kind of had fun doing it at the same time. Like, I don't really know what in the hell I'm doing, but I have this stupid Blue Yeti, and I thought that it was going to be one of those ones where like the sound kind of tracks from side to side. Cause friggin' love that when I'm listening to ASMR videos. Like, I love that. But I don't know how to work this thing. I don't know. Your granddaughter. Oh, I missed something, I think. My granddaughter reacts the same. I'm petrified to have them. I missed the beginning of that, I think. Dance TikToks. Rolled too far. How, like, take a drink every time I say that. My God. Yeah, that's like TikTok. Like, I'm like right on the fence with that one. I was like, that was Snapchat. And then I downloaded it and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I used it to put filters on my baby when he was first born. It was hysterical. I could not be a stay-at-home mom. Like, I get so bored and so lonely so fast. And I spent a lot of money when I was a stay-at-home mom because I would take him to the mall to walk and shop. But while he was sleeping on my lap, I would just like Snapchat the shit out of him and put so many filters on him and just send them to Barry because he was at work. And I'm like, ah, ha, ha. He's like, I'm glad to see you're being productive. I'm like, dude, this is the most entertainment I've had in ages. It's awesome. Excuse me. You mainly stick to food. I'm going to have to check it. I've never seen a food TikTok, so I can't even like picture what that looks like. So I'm going to have to check that out. And the baristas, again, I don't understand. I'm going to have to check it out. Only watch the TikToks that are shared on Twitter. Yeah, I've never looked at the app. I have no idea. Anna, you were a union electrician, so I have quite the potty mouth, right? So anytime you work with a bunch of guys, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I blame all the guys when I worked security. I think that's where it all started. Animal TikToks and dance. I've always loved dance. Yeah, okay, so I haven't seen any of this fake walking stuff, but that sounds creepy to me. It's like when movies, like, like in horror movies where it's like somebody's like all jerky because they've taken out frames. I can't handle that. I don't know why, but it just freaks me right out. I can't handle it. I will always cuss because I cuss in real life. Yeah. I'm not making videos to not be me. I wish I could stop saying like and but that will come with time. Yeah, or maybe not. I say all the time. It's funny though, like once you start editing yourself talking, you realize all the little verbal tics that you have. So I say like things like it is what it is all the time. Absolutely. all the time. Like there's just like little words that I say ad nauseum, and I wish I wouldn't. And then when I start talking, I notice that I like do like this little like ticking sound. So I'll do like I do not notice it in real life at all that I do it. And I see it all throughout my videos and I edit it all out because I hate it. But I always know when I'm about to start talking because I make this stupid ticking noise. I'll admit I downloaded TikTok and I am all in. I love the makeup videos and the dance ones. It's mindless. More ASMR for sure. Okay, well, I'm happy to do it. I'm not sure what else I'll do, but I'm sure I can find like this one here. Like I have the Guerlain whatevers and like the side is all. Like I do something like that. So instead of scratching or tapping or something, I don't know. I'll have to put fake nails on for it and I took them all off. Stop dropping the F-bomb. That's about it. Well, I mean, that is impressive in and of itself because it's probably one of my most frequent words. I don't say the C word or anything like that, but I'm an F-bomb dropper. I put that right in my title card so everybody knows. The occasional F-bomb. It's going to happen. If it doesn't, so much the better. If it does, you've been warned. The Yeti does that? I don't know how to make it do that. Britt, can you teach me? Britt's like my personal IT person because I don't know how to do anything. There's the reason I was late today was because I forgot to like hook up my stupid cam link to my camera. I'm like, why isn't this working? The one friggin' cord wasn't plugged in. I need like a written checklist. It's terrible. Yeah, I mean, I like the F word. It can be a verb. It can be a noun. It can be anything. I love it. Now I need to get in a serious relationship to have someone to do stupid TikTok videos with. I'm gonna have to check this TikTok out. I mean, I think you guys are all. I think now I have FOMO over TikTok. I think I need to check it out. I've seen a few of them. There was like, I don't know what his name was. I posted it on my Twitter back before Halloween, and he did this like crazy makeup look to some Billie Eilish song, and it was like I watched that thing on repeat like 600 times because it was so cool. Kids on there are so creative. I know, like it's amazing. Your daughter has 1,000 followers on TikTok? That's amazing. I uploaded a video on TikTok of me making a glitter tumbler, and in 2 days I got 53,000 views. Holy. Oh, fuck YouTube. Maybe I'm going to move on over to TikTok. Stop scratching your balls on the live. What am I doing? Oh, sorry, these. I'm like, what did you see me do? Okay, gotcha. You alarmed me there for a second. I'm like, I didn't scratch anything. Did I accidentally scratch my boobs, maybe? Absent-minded tit grab. I do that every now in my videos, and I have to like, not a tit grab, but like I'll like scratch like my side boob or something. I'm like, oh, fuck, now I got to edit that out. It's one of those force. Okay, so I had it on the force, like where it's like an interview setting or something, but it didn't travel back and forth. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to like YouTube it or something because I'm broken. My line of work, I get to drop the F-bomb virtually every other word. What is your line of work, Audra? What do you do? I'll tell you, like I do consults. Like I don't just get retained. Like I have to do a consult first because we got to decide if we're a good fit, and inevitably one of us is going to swear. And if it's like the potential client that swears, they're always like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, dude, swear like a trucker. It's all good. Have at her. Or if I swear first, I will swear. And then I'm like, sorry, personality flaw. I swear a lot all the time. Like 100% of the time, the potential client's like, oh, thank God. Like there, you can see like visible release, like visible relief. Wow. Have another drink, Kara. Because they're just like, they think, well, this is a lawyer. Like they all think they have to be like prim and proper. I'm like, come on in, have a seat. I'm wearing jeans. I swear, let's go. And they're just so much more relaxed. The minute it's like an icebreaker. The minute I say an F word, they're just like, oh, you're my people. Like, I'm just a person. Like a lawyer, like being a lawyer is just a job. It's not the definition of who I am. It's just a job. They're either amazing or so fucking cringy. Yeah, I can see that. I love watching like Cody Ko's videos where he makes fun of people doing like couple TikToks or like comedic stuff on Instagram, and I'm just like, oh God. Like, and I'm worried about doing an ASMR video. Like, I don't need to be worried. I'm okay. Oh, okay. I don't know how to say. Is it Toyrix? You're lovely. You're lovely. Made another channel and repost videos from another website, and I got 76 subs in 3 days. That's crazy. So I guess apparently TikTok's lit, and that's where I need to be. Britt, can they put heads on someone else's body, because that has been messing with me? Your supervisor in logistics, lots and lots of numbers. I'm in the warehouse end of it. There you go. Excuse me. Barry worked at like a trucking company, so I'm not sure if that's like the same kind of thing, the logistics side of things, but he, yeah, we play off each other. We both swear a lot. Aspen has picked up on it. I drove her to gymnastics the other night, and she reaches up from the back of the car seat. I don't know how the hell she had a nickel, but she's like, "Here's a nickel, mommy." I'm like, okay, well, I don't take tips. Like, I'm not Uber. It's okay. Why are you paying me? She's like, because I'm about to say something. I'm like, what are you about to say? She just deadpan. She just goes, fuck. I'm like, do you feel better now? And she's like, yeah, I just really had to say it. I'm like, you know what, dude? I get it. It's okay. She's 7 years old. Fuck. You're hilarious. You're so funny. Yeah, okay, I was right. Logistics is in transportation. Yeah, he worked at a transportation company in Brampton, which is just outside of Toronto. Yeah, I love that. I know, she's so funny. She used to do it even when she was little. Like, she'd say, "Mommy, I just really want to say the F word." Go for it. Who am I to say no? Like, she is she's mature enough. Like, I know everybody says that about their kids, but she really is. Like, I just explained to her, I was like, I don't want you saying it a lot, because I don't want it to be a habit. I don't want you going to school and saying this. Like, you're too sweet and flowery for all that kind of thing. But when it's you and me and you want to say it once in a while, have at her. I find it hilarious that she will say that before she'll say the word hell. She will not. She's like, HE double hockey sticks. But she will not say the word. And I'm just like, that's okay. Whatever floats your boat. I wish my kids paid me before they swore. We monetized it like years ago because she was saying it a little too much, and it backfired because anytime we said any sort of F word, like fridge, fire, whatever, she was demanding quarters. So yeah. And Bennett has said the F word. That was alarming. Yeah. So good times. I think he's just said it because he probably heard his father say it, is my guess. But I've caught up to all the comments. That's awesome. I had nothing else, guys. I just wanted to chit chat. I was lonely and just wanted to hang out with you guys. I did, like, I brought out all my, like, my single eyeshadow shit, because I was gonna, like, do something with them. Plan unspecified. Not sure what I was going to do with them, but I was going to do something. Oh, Barry, you are here. You don't fucking swa. I think you mean swear. Oh, there, you corrected yourself. Teach your children to swear and they will have a stunning vocabulary, right? His father said it, sure. Yeah, it wasn't me. I'm innocent. My daughter had named one of her tabs on her tablet my shit and stupid shit. And I was like, oh no, she's 10. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh no. See, it's funny because, like, Aspen has never caught on to the fact that shit is a bad word. Like, she's just never clued into it. She never asks to say it. She never freaks out when we say it. She never demands quarters when we say it. She does not know that that's a bad word. I don't know. It's all good. Most kids say it behind their parents' back, so at least she is honest about it, right? My youngest repeated shit for about a year when he was 3, said it at the most perfect times, which is, right? Like, the first time Aspen said the F word, we were driving and we hit a red light, and like this little angelic 3-year-old voice in the backseat just goes, oh, fuck. Barry and I are like, what do we do? Like, we just looked at each other and, like, how do you not laugh at that? Like, how do you not? What am I going to do? Yell at her? She comes by, and honestly, she's heard us say it every time we hit a red light. Like, it's just, oh, fuck. It's perfect. I've never thought of doing a live on YouTube. Does it just go to your subs? I'm still figuring out the live thing. It ends up posting, so anybody can come back after and watch the replay. I could just delete it, but I just leave it up. People rewatch it. I don't know why, but people do rewatch it. I have a hard time rewatching lives that I've missed just because I feel like I'm missing out on the conversation, but I think it's awesome that people do. How do you make good quality makeup videos? When I figure it out, I'll let you know. I think it's more about lighting than anything else. Like I think like when I take pictures, I find that my phone does every bit as good a job, if not better, than my camera does. And for filming, like I think it comes down to lighting more than anything else. They say swearing is a sign of intelligence. I don't know who they are, but they sound fucking awesome. Yeah, man, I can get behind that. That sounds awesome. What camera do I use? I have, what the hell is it? A Canon Rebel SL2. It's a DSLR camera. And then I have a ring light and 2 umbrella lights. And I'd like to replace my umbrellas just because they take up so much space with like the flat lighting. But the flat lighting I can find is like $300 and I'm just not that concerned at this point. It's interesting as I'm about to backhand my 17-year-old for swearing. Do as I say, not as I do. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Aspen will like get into a bit of a rut of saying things. Then I'm like, and that's enough. Like, we're done. Just because I can only handle so much from a 7-year-old, especially one who's so sweet. But she's hilarious. Like she won't say the word sex. Like I love it. She spells it, and I think that's hilarious. But she'll say the F word. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing something right or something wrong. I'm not sure. I tried making makeup videos, but my quality wouldn't pick up the colors. So I do witchcraft videos. So that's interesting. Yeah, excuse me. We're getting to the bottom of the glass and like, no, we're not. We're halfway. I lied. I can only have like one drink and so yeah, my camera won't necessarily change everything true to color either, or show everything true to color. So especially things like orange and coral, it doesn't really always pick up the true nuance of it. So I don't frig around with like color settings in editing. Like the fact that I can splice stuff together is pretty impressive to me. So I don't like bump up white balance and all that kind of stuff, but you could play around with that. I'll do more of that kind of thing in like when I'm posting Instagram pictures, I'll like improve the saturation or something like that. But I never manipulate the color, so to speak. Like I wouldn't turn a green shadow into blue or anything like that. Like I want to just try to make it as true to life as possible. Just because if I'm showing a shadow, I want it to look as much like the actual shadow as it does rather than completely change it. But to each their own, I guess. I don't know. You're literally watching vodka hit me now. Like, doesn't take much. Okay, so comments are slowing down. We've been on for almost an hour and a half, and I'm getting really drunk now. Sorry, Anna, I cannot take a good picture of makeup to save my life. You know, I hear you. I have to take so many selfies, like so many shots in order to get one that works properly. And you'd think after doing so many of them that like you'd know what angle to use and that kind of thing. And no, I don't. And also like I have like asymmetrical eyes. Like I don't know if you can pick up what I'm putting down, but I do. This one has like one crease. This one has 2 creases. This one is a bit more hooded than this one. It drives me freaking crazy. So when I'm taking pictures, I have to like do one of these to try to like even things out. And if I'm like angled, it's a whole struggle just to make my eyes look normal and then forget about the color quality. And I don't remember what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Yeah, Roger, like I'm just pretty soon I'm going to be like my little banana guy. Isn't he cute? Like, is that not adorable? I freaking love it. I love that he's censored. Oh, no, I just touched my own boob. There we go. I love that he's censored. Audra, I have to go to bed. Got to get up and be the boss in the morning. Oh, I am out of the office tomorrow. Thank God. Thank God. But we have to take Bennett for his cancer screening. He has to have an ultrasound and blood work every 3 months just to make sure that his kidneys and his liver are free of any sort of tumor activity. And it sucks, but we got to do it. So have a good night, Audra. The reality, no makeup ever looks accurate on camera. That is 100% true. Highlighters, like, never do justice on camera. It's like trying to take a picture of a sunset. Like, you can see the most beautiful sunset, and then you try to take a picture of it, and it just comes out all, like, whitewashed. Like, it just never looks as vibrant, and that's just the way it goes. I struggle with flat lays. Like, I would love to be able to take beautiful flat lays. I don't have the creativity for that kind of thing. Like, people do it, and they have, like, 10, like, coffee beans just scattered around, and I'm like, how did you think of that? How did you come up with that? Because my brain doesn't do that kind of thing. Excuse me. Do I support small creators? In what sense? Like, do I follow small creators? Yes, I do. I don't watch a lot of, like, really big creators, to be honest. I just get tired of them, frankly. Like, I was talking about this. Who was I talking about this with? Oh, some live that I watched recently. I was just saying, like, a lot of the really big creators just have way too much energy for me. They're so goddamn peppy, and they're so, like, obsessed with everything, and they're just, like, it's just altogether too much. It's not my vibe. And also, like, the manufactured drama. I just can't. I don't get on with that. So smaller channels, most of us are doing it because we love makeup and because we're passionate about it. And there's really no ulterior motive. Like, most of us, I don't think, start channels with the idea that we're going to get like 5 million subscribers and make a ton of money and travel all over the world. Like, I don't think that's the true motivation. I think we do it because we want to connect with people who have the same passion. Sorry, I'm getting progressively more and more drunk. What? Yay, bypass. Oh my God, there's this one girl I found from Cleona, and I'm amazed by her flat lays. I know. I like some people with their flat lay skills. I don't know, ma'am. I have a friend who does it. Stop Dropping Makeup on Instagram. She's lovely. We worked at a restaurant together. She was the bartender. I was one of the waitresses. She is, like, constantly on, like, breakfast television and stuff like that, like, talking about makeup products. She's amazing. But she does these, like, beautiful flat lays, and she'll actually, like, rent studio space and do, like, a ton of flat lays all in one shot. I'm like, how do you come up with this? And there's, like, flowers and all sorts of shit. And I'm like, it's amazing. Same with Aileron Beauty, Aileron, I think is how she spells it, Aileron Beauty. First of all, she does insane eye looks, and she'll do like 10 eye looks per palette kind of deal. But her flat lays, there's always like some sort of theme to them, and they're so well constructed. And I'm just like, here's the palette, here's the picture of it. Like, there's nothing else going on, right? So I'm amazed. Somebody asked me what I have on my eyes. This shadow all over my lid is from Cleona Cosmetics, and it is called Carving. On the inner corner is also from Cleona, called Glow. And then I have some shades from the Tartelette in Bloom palette on as well. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, it's just every 3 months we have to go through this, and you get a little bit of like scanxiety. Stupid term, but it is what it is. It actually fits. He just has like it's about a 10% increased risk of developing kidney or liver cancer because he has this thing called hemihyperplasia, where his left leg is growing faster than the rest of his body. It's just a genetic quirk of his. So we just keep an eye on it, and we've got to do that until I think we have to do the ultrasounds until he's 6 and the blood work until he's 8. So poor little bugger. He hates it. It's 1 vial of blood, so it's over before like it even really begins, but he cries and it breaks my heart. A lot of big creators at a point fake content. Yeah, I agree. Small creators are more humble. Yeah. I mean, there's still entitlement pops up from, I know Kara's getting lit. Fuck yeah. There is still entitlement issues that crop up from time to time, but smaller channels, smaller entitlement, you know what I mean? Like they're not creating as much drama as some of the bigger ones do, and there's a lot less sniping back and forth and stuff. And I don't have respect for that kind of thing. So I gotta itch my boob. Well, my issue is I look like the crypt keeper and all my color. I'm sure you don't look like a crypt keeper. Colors. So when I do makeup pictures, I will like go into Facetune and I will sometimes bump up the warmth. And then when I put it onto Instagram, I will bump up the saturation a little bit. Got to find a bit of a balance so that it's not like my face looks orange and the rest of the makeup's fine. But I don't really use a lot of like filters and stuff. I don't tend to do that because it just puts too much of a wash on everything. But I'll play around with saturation and stuff like that, just trying to make the colors look a little bit more true to life. Kira Lachelle. I'm going to have to check her out for sure. Flat lays, where they take lay everything out flat and take a picture of it. So like there'll be like a palette and a pair of earrings and some flowers and like a feather or some shit. I don't know how people put this shit together. I'm not creative in that sense at all. But they take these like super compelling pictures and they look amazing. Yeah, flat lay, L-A-Y. Oh, prayers for Bennett. Thank you, Britt. I remember you talking about doing dog pics makeup and a few days after James Charles took the idea. Did he really? I didn't even know that. Well, yet another reason for me to hate Jimmy Chapass. I don't care. It wouldn't surprise, like, not that he stole it from me, but it wouldn't surprise me if he stole it from somebody simply because that seems to be his MO. If I can say that. Have you tried the Canadian makeup brand? Starts with a C, sounds Gaelic sounding, or is it the one that you mentioned? Yeah, Cleona. That they're based in Toronto. I want to find some more Canadian makeup brands to try. I have tried Cheekbone, and they're doing a whole rebrand coming up soon of like fully sustainable products and packaging and all that kind of stuff, which I think is really cool. Who else is Canadian? Cover FX is Canadian. I didn't know that. MAC is Canadian. Smith Cosmetics is Canadian, but they sell through the States. I don't get that. So I don't buy from them. Like, not, okay. I don't buy from them simply because like the shipping costs and the import fees, exorbitant. Not that that's their fault, but it is what it is. I feel you, not to your degree, but we've had health stuff with my 3-year-old. Oh no. Lots of blood work, MRIs, and follow-ups. Oh, it's terrifying, isn't it? Like, I have videos on my channel from probably a year ago about all this. And then probably from, I think it was April, where we finally got his diagnosis. Like we met with the genetics team at Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto and all that. Thankfully, like it doesn't impact him. Like it doesn't slow him down. It's not painful. There's no restrictions on him or anything like that. So of all the illnesses or disorders that he could have, this is probably the best one. But the unfortunate side effect is that there's this risk that he's got a higher risk of developing cancers of certain kinds. So it sucks. And he's going to have to have surgery when he's about 13, but at least at that point, he'll be able to understand what's going on rather than like if we had to do surgery now. So just the stress of the process enough to stress you out. Yeah. Like so we went down to Sick Kids. Like he has a pediatric, he's got a genetics team and he's got an orthopedic team, like pediatric orthopedic team there. And thankfully we don't have to see them again until he's like 4, which is awesome. And the genetics team, we don't necessarily have to go and back and see him unless we decide to do genetic testing, which isn't going to change the outcome of anything. So we can't be bothered. But like being in that space and knowing that like one wing over or a floor above or whatever, there's parents sitting beside their like terminally ill children is just, it's so devastating. And like your heart just breaks for everybody. And I'm just so grateful that if this is what he has, it doesn't have such a significant impact on him. And the surgery itself is fairly minimal. Like it's a keyhole surgery. It's just to fuse his growth plate so that his left leg stops growing. He'll be a little bit shorter than he otherwise would be, but both my kids are like 99th percentile for height, so he's going to be okay. Oh my gosh. Have you tried the Shoppers Drug Mart brand Quo? Hit and miss. I wanted to pick up some of their like holiday bundles or sets or whatever to do like reviews on, but they were so expensive that I just couldn't be bothered. Like the eyeshadow palette that had some liners in it and stuff was like $65, and it has been so hit and miss that I didn't want to risk it. It'd be so cool if small creators did makeup swaps for different countries. That would be interesting. Indie Mood on IG posts a lot of indie brands. Some are Canadian based, I've noticed. Yeah, I need to check them out. There were a few, and like some of them have gone under, unfortunately. Those brushes that I always talk about, the Valère brushes, apparently that's a Canadian company, although the brushes are made in Japan. I believe. Japan, I think so. But again, they're like their site is American based, so I don't understand. I get it. I refuse to buy Holo Taco for that reason. Shipping costs on that. Yeah, again, like Canadian, but shipped through an American based online retailer site. Like I don't understand it. I actually did, I think, order something from, yes, I did. Black Friday, man. I don't remember what I ordered and what I just looked at, but I did order something from them, but not much. I was going to order some of the new polishes from whatever Kathleen Light's new brand is. Is it Lights Lacquer? Is that what she's called it? But like the shipping cost was like $18. One bottle of polish is $9. I was like, no. Yeah. I want to try Emmy Cosmetics. I think they're Canadian as well, but they've sold out of a lot of their stuff. And also like the 2 items that I looked at today, the shipping just for those 2 was like $13.50 or something. And I've become stingy since Black Friday. I have to stop like getting high and getting on the internet because I order stuff that's very questionable. Think we can blame Canada Post for the high shipping rates? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, it's not the companies. I really don't think it's the companies. I know Cleona, they were telling me their shipping costs have come down a little bit because they just got certified, I guess, through Canada Post as small business instead of, this is a terrible story. I can't remember the details. Sorry. But somehow their like business certification status changed. Now I have to look it up because I have to finish this thought. It's been a while since we texted. There we go. What did they say? Canada Post just upgraded our account from small business to commercial. So they were able to drop their prices. So yeah, so I guess if you're not like shipping out massive quantities, the rates are higher, which I guess kind of makes sense, but holy Christ, Canada Post, calm down. A little bit, yeah. Yeah, Quo is like unreasonably expensive now. I just don't understand that. Like it's like they had like glitter sets for like $30 or something. I was like, what? No. Like I wanted to buy like 2 or 3 sets just to like talk about like here's some options that are Canadian. You can get them at Shoppers Drug Mart, blah 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 blah. No, I'm not going to drop like $150 when I don't know what the quality is going to be like. Anna, my dad had one leg grow longer than the other. He passed last year at 76. Yeah, like it doesn't have any long-term health effects on him. And once he hits about 6'8", his like age is 6 to 8, not when he's like 6 feet 8 inches tall. Please no. The risk goes back to normal. So that's amazing. And then they can already tell like how much of a disparity there's going to be between the length of his legs. And it's going to be like, oh gosh, I can't remember. I want to say like 4 centimeters or 5 centimeters or something like that. And then like anything over 1 is beyond normal variance or something like that. I can't exactly remember. But it would be like he'd be at risk for like scoliosis and all that kind of stuff. So they just fuse the growth plate. The other leg catches up and then he's fine. So that's amazing. Is there 3 clans for the beauty community? One side is Jeffree, Shane, Rich Lux. Other side, James Charles. Jeffrey's ex-friends, and in the middle, everyone else. Yeah, I don't know anymore. I can't keep up with it. And like I really want to like Jeffrey, and for the most part I do. I think he's just a really interesting character. I'd like to know what he's like when the lights and cameras are gone. But then like he tweets out very reactively, and his most recent one where he was very, very rude to somebody who I think had a very good point. It makes it difficult for me to really like him. It really does. But I really liked seeing like his and Shane's friendship, like their little bromance going on. But at the same time, I'm just like, but you make it so difficult. Just please stop. Help me help you. It's Canada Post, but aren't they a crown corporation? It's also border fees. And they literally don't know what customs fees are. Honest to God, customs fees coming from the US are insane. Anything over $20 attracts customs fees. And that rate hasn't changed. I think it was 1984, 1985. There is legislation in the works to bump it up to like 120, but like it's not being given top priority. So it's just grinding its way through the House of Commons or whatever, however the hell our system works. You'd think I'd know. I don't know. I don't do administrative law. I don't give a shit. I thought $6 shipping was crazy. No, dude. I posted on Instagram. It was from M Cosmetics. I wanted to buy like one of their lipsticks. Like I wanted to buy a couple things, but I dropped it eventually down to just one lipstick. And the price for shipping was like $38 or something insane. And the cost of the lipstick was like $18. It's like, oh, hell no, not happening. How much do I bench press? I don't. We are definitely spoiled in the US with shipping. Absolutely. Freak out of shipping is over like $5. Yeah, for sure. It's in Canada, we get a little bit bent over, a little bit rammed up the backside when it comes to shipping. Is in the States, it was shipped to send something to. What? In the States, it was shipped. What? I'm sorry. I'm too drunk for this. It was shipped to send something to Russia, then to Canada. Oh, I don't know. Even shipping stuff to the States is kind of crazy too. All right, Ham, I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm going to make you go into timeout, and then you can think about what you're doing. We are, yeah. Sorry. The gears in my head are moving slowly now. Oh, hi, Squirrel. You always make like the funniest comments, and I just get such a kick out of you. I really do. JSC is going on your timeout list. I know, I really like his products, like I really do, but he's making it very difficult for me to like him. So there's that. Wow, this is super pretty. I gotta get my hair redone because like, I don't know, you can see like what color it is down here, but it's supposed to be like that color. And he warned me, like my hairdresser is amazing. And he warned me, he's like, you're going to want to come in because you've never bleached this and all the product buildup and blah, 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 whatever. So I need to make an appointment, but he's so sweet. My hairdresser. I love him to death. He's like, just call me and I'll fit you in anytime, even if I have to come in after hours. I'm like, you're so sweet. I wouldn't make him do that, but I'm thinking I might go like deeper, like more like a royal blue next time. But I posted a picture on Instagram and I was like, I've never felt more me. Like it just, I don't know what it is, but just having this little bit of color, I'm just like, here I am. Like it sounds so cheesy and hokey, but it's so true. This little bit of color here, it completes me. Yeah, I know. Jeffree Star. I know. I have a love-hate relationship with him. I know. Like I want to root for him. I really do. Because I really feel, I don't know. And I don't know. I really feel like he's probably got some like really deep-seated like insecurities. Like I just feel like he does. I could be totally wrong. But I feel like a lot of his persona is making up for what he feels he's lacking. But then he's combative. And I'm like, no. Create this alter ego. Do you? That's fine. But stop being a dickhead. Like, just stop. I don't know. First pal I invested was James and Morphe. Now I wish it was a different one. I also found out 2 good palettes during Black Friday for 99 cents. Wow. And $1.99? That's insane. Where did you find those? Yeah, I can't with James. And I can't with Morphe. Like, and I can't with Jacqueline. Like, those are the 3 that I'm just like, you are on my permanent shit list. And I don't even feel one bit guilty about it. I'm not going to judge anybody who does buy their shit. Like, I'm not at all, but I will not be supporting any of those brands. Like, it just, nope. Hope everyone is having a nice night. My notifications aren't working. I know my notifications have only just started working, but they're normally like, hey, guess what? An hour ago, somebody went live. Asshole. When Jeffree Star pops off, I get such mixed feelings with everything that he must see directed at him. I imagine it gets overwhelming, but then he takes it on an innocent bystander. I know, and that's the thing. Like, I just can't get behind that. Like, and the thing is, like, and how do I say it? Because on the one hand, I want to say like he has to be used to it by now, but nobody should have to get used to shitty behavior. Like, whether you have 16 million followers or not, nobody should have to get used to that. But at the same time, like, you're also a brand owner. Conduct yourself accordingly. Like, that's the standard that I had. I held Jacqueline Hill to. I have to hold Jeffree Star to that as well. But he does some questionable shit, and I'm like, come on, like, just knock it off. Also, he blocked Brit. Oh, fuck. I don't like that at all. He had another great opportunity to boost his image with the second Shane series, but still being a mean girl. I know. Like, I want to like him, but he just having colorful hair just gives me life. I know. Like, I haven't gone like full on color like you. Like, your hair always looks stunning. Like, it looks amazing. I have to like walk the line, I feel, but my clients really seem to like it. And I had a consultation last week, and she actually was a hairdresser. She's like, I love your hair. I love it. I love your hair. I'm like, well, thank you. So my head could be completely shaved. I could dye my hair like fucking bright pink, and I would still be every bit as effective as a lawyer as possible. Like, you don't have to be straight-laced to be professional, but I kind of feel like I have to. You know what I mean? It's bullshit, but it's my gateway. We'll see. And now I want like another layer. Like, it's like a ring of hair that goes around, basically. That's all. Like, you can see it over here too. And I like want another one underneath. I'm like, can we do purple now? Like, I want like full on fucking unicorn hair. It's so fun. I love it. I have the feeling that my mother will have some words about it. I am almost 40 years old. And I know that my mother's going to say something that's going to make me want to like cry. But I don't have to worry about that until Christmas Eve. So there we go. It's not a pass to be a douche, right? Yes. No, you don't get a pass to be a douche. And that's the thing. I think I saw somebody comment something like, well, his dogs died this year. It's his first Christmas without his dogs. I'm like, no, that's not acceptable. Sorry. That's a reach. Maybe I should try doing fun colors again. Yes, do it. Let's all do fun colors in our hair. Oh, thank you, Jay. Big thumbs up. Got to get my hair touched up soon. I know the gray struggle is freaking real, man. Like, I am very grateful that the wrinkles have like held themselves at bay. Like, I'm very, very grateful for that. But the grays betray me. And I've only had it dyed for like 3 weeks. And the grays are like, here we are, bitch. Here we are. Go away. Having colorful hair is the best thing ever. It's very liberating. It is. Like, it just feels right. I don't know how else to explain it. I think everybody who is here who has had colorful hair gets it. But I love it. I just really love it. I truly think he is what everyone assumes. Honestly, he knows how to put on a show. Yeah. I want to like think the best, and I want to think there's this deeper layer, but the behavior is pretty consistent, unfortunately. I'm not ready to like cut him off entirely, but got my eye on you, Jeffree. You're right on the fence there. I think he's had a rough life and has been shit on by a lot of people. Yeah, you know what? Like, I think so. But at the same time, like, sometimes you have to take that adversity and like rise above it and set a better example. And he knows that he has this history of overreacting. Like, he's like the king of delete and tweet. Now, tweet and delete. Have another drink. So he knows that. So like, he needs to institute, like, even if it's just like a 2-hour rule, like, write your tweet, save it as a draft, don't send it for like 2 hours, revisit, see how you feel then. Because he just lashes out and then burns bridges. Like, it's unfortunate. He got my notification an hour late. I don't know what's up with that. I don't get it. Personally victimized by J-Star. Right? Fun hair is more accepted now than it used to be. When I was in high school, I'm not sure how many times I heard freak. Oh, that sucks. I don't like that. I was made fun of for my hair all throughout elementary school. And like, I posted about it on Twitter, but I don't know how many people follow on Twitter, but kids would make fun of me all the time. Boys would come up and ask me out and then laugh at me with their friends if I said yes. Like, it was a whole thing. It was all because of hair. So I'm very sensitive about it. Still 39 years old and I'm still sensitive about my hair. But the fact that I now feel comfortable with it, that's a huge win in my book. And I love my hairdresser. Like, I love him to death. He's the sweetest guy. And when I finally, like, it took me like 4 visits with him before I finally felt comfortable enough to be like, can we put some color in? Because I'm a huge nerd. I don't know. And he was so excited to do it. And I almost cried when he was finished because I was just so in love with it. Oh, the only reason that you knew I was streaming is because you happened to look at my phone. That happens with me with like Brit's lives. And then halfway through while I am watching, they're just like the notification pops up. I'm like, well, thanks for coming out. Like, thank you. You're a little too late. Fun hair is more okay. Oh my God, where am I? My mom rides my ass about my makeup purchasing. I said to her, how much do you spend on quilting? Touche. Fair enough. My mom, like, I don't think she has any sense of, like, she's been in this room, but I don't think she actually gets a sense of what it actually means. My mom is actually my grandmother, so she's almost 88 years old. So she, like, social media doesn't understand. I told her that I think at the time I had like 1,000 followers on Instagram, and she's like, aren't you scared with all those people following you? I'm like, not like literally following me. Like, that would be restraining order season. No. So she doesn't really get it. I think for a while there, she was afraid that I was going to like quit my job to like try to pursue this. I'm like, no, I make like $100 a month. No. But she doesn't get it. Toy Rex, you're adorable. Wait, you're almost 40? I thought you were in your 20s. Nope. I am 39, my friend. 39 and a half, if I'm being fully honest. Almost to the day. June 9th. Big 4-0. Age is just a number. I don't feel like an adult. I don't feel like I'm 40. Kelsey, your dad still calls you a freak? That's unacceptable. I will speak with your father. Give me his number. I will set that man straight. Yeah, the gray struggle is just unreal. And I was talking about it with my hairdresser, and he's like, yeah, I don't see you as going as a blonde, though, so we can't really lighten it up anymore. I'm like, no, don't worry. I would be a terrible blonde. I would look horrific as a blonde. If you meet Shane, you should have him hook you up, and you could make a sit-down live stream with Jeffrey. I would shit my pants if I was going to be meeting Jeffrey. I don't know. Shane doesn't intimidate me. I will still be nervous, like, if that actually happens. Trust me. But he doesn't, like, scare me. Jeffrey kind of scares me. I don't know why. He just kind of scares me. I would probably just sit there and be like, and just stare at him and be a total creep. But it would be interesting to, like, actually have a conversation with him where it's not on camera, just see in a controlled environment what he's actually like. But anybody can be on their best behavior for a few hours. My senior year of high school, I dyed my hair green the night before my first day. I came downstairs, my dad just shook his head. Well, that's the kind of dad that you want, though. I have no doubt. I will let you guys know, but I have no doubt that my mother will say something. I had like green and red eyeshadow on for Christmas last year when she arrived, and she just looked at me and she's like, "What's all over your face?" And I was like, "Well, fucking nothing. Give me a wipe." At 38 years old, I crumpled that quickly and washed all my makeup off my face. I'm just always on like high alert for criticism from her. So, oh, Squirrel, I'm sorry. My dad is dead now, but my mom still hates fun colored hair. Oh. My grandma just joined Facebook and I almost pissed myself. Oh, my mom would not know what Facebook is. She doesn't know how to double click, so she can't work social media. She keeps telling me, she's like, I want to get a computer and maybe get the internet. I'm like, what are you going to do on the internet? She's like, I don't know, like online dating. I'm like, oh God, please no. You'll end up like listing yourself on Craigslist or something and being murdered in the middle of a garage or something. Oh, happy belated birthday. Okay, Can Mom, I don't know your name. I'm sorry. And I refuse to call you Can Mom 2018, Scorpio Mom 2018. That's just too much. Sorry. I don't mean, that came out really wrong. We're going downhill fast here. Your Wicker Mom. My hair has been magenta, purple, rose gold, blue, gray, now burgundy-ish. Damn, that's cool. Rose gold hair. That is really cool. Kara and Jeffree Star Cosmetics. It's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, but that would be very cool. Except then I'd have like half of the friggin' beauty community shitting all over me for collaborating with Jeffree Star, and the other half being like, you go, girl. And my heart is not designed to like put up with that much hate and criticism. Yellow and green. I suspect we have similar mom stories to tell here. Yeah. My mom loves me, but she's very critical. Oh, good night, Misty. Look forward to checking out your channels. Yeah, everybody support each other. I think that's wonderful. I was thinking about emerald green, then Kara jocked my idea. It's only green because the teal has failed, or faded. Like I said, it's supposed to be like this like bright teal color here, but it's faded to this like greeny color. So I promise I didn't steal your color idea. It just didn't work out. But I think I'm oh, Tony. Okay, that's easier. I'll go with Tony. Blame it on the alcohol. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what I was just about to say. Oh yeah, like I said, I think I'm gonna go like more like a royal blue. Make it a little bit deeper. My mom just got a smartphone. Oh God. My cousin sent is it GIF or GIF? I think it's GIF, but I prefer GIF. So excuse me, I've got the burps. GIF. Of someone crying during a group text. And my mom was like, who is that crying? Yeah. Totally be my mom. She's like, is that Aspen? Like, yeah, that's hilarious. No, we bought my mom a cell phone once. It was like a flip phone, but she couldn't figure out how to work it. So it was literally just like our cordless phone, except that it went like that. Like, it's not that hard, but she couldn't figure it out. Her with like an iPhone, it's never going to work. Oh, if I could collab with any company, who would it be? From a personality perspective, I would love to collaborate with Cleona because I love the owners so much. They're so sweet. Mainstream company. I don't know. Who would I collaborate with? Melt Cosmetics lately, their shit's lit. Their packaging on that new collection, I can't even remember what the collection's called. Holy fuck, it's amazing. Most realistically, let's put that in air quotes because it's never going to happen. ColourPop, only because they collaborate with everybody. I'm just looking around to see brands. Oh God, every time I come on here, I end up with like a friggin' asthma attack and I don't know where my puffer is. Fuck. I don't know. Cleona, for sure. I would love to. And then I was just trying to think of like, yeah, Melt would be really cool. I don't know. As soon as I get off of this live, I'll be like, oh, fuck, no, there it is. That's who I want to collaborate with. And I just can't remember. Would I have merch in the future? Possibly. I would love to. I just don't know what I would do. I've come up with some great ideas today in this stream, but I don't know what I would actually legitimately do. Probably some sort of like decent human being merch. Perhaps a satchel for Richards, because that would just be hilarious. And I'm not sure what else. I'm in love with your eye look right now. Oh, thank you, Keels. Thank you. It's Cleona eyeshadows. It's so easy. I've said it like 3 times, but I'll say it again. This is Carving. This is Glow. And then the matte shadows around are from the Tartelette in Bloom. Yeah, the Cleona ladies are so sweet. Like, they're so thoughtful and they're so sweet. Your 88-year-old grandpa had an iPad and a laptop. That's amazing. Satchel of Richards. Yes. Bag of dicks for merch. Like a literal bag of dicks. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I'll team up with like friggin' Adam and Eve or some shit and have like a bag of dicks. Tee. I imagine some bears that resemble Care Bears doing fun things in your merch. Aw. Oh, Olivia, you're so sweet. Climbing Mount Kilimanjaro with a makeup brush in hand. It will happen one day. I will climb Kilimanjaro. That's going to happen. Because I don't know why that particular fire started, but I've got like, I can look at it right now. It's on one of my favorites bars. Like, it's going to happen. What is the palette behind you? This one? Oh, it's the Moonspell palette from Lunar Beauty. And then the shadows in there. Oh, there we go. I blame Britt completely for all of my 2 Lunar Beauty palettes that I have because she made me buy them. A bag of dicks with the Morphe logo on it. Yes. Or like a bag of dicks with like somebody wearing assless chaps. Just like a butt cheek on the back. Oh, we all know I'm going to forget all these ideas. I got a sample of the Shiseido foundation with some weird self-refreshing technology. Tati said it's great. I tried it this afternoon, and I think it might be amazing. Oh, that's the newest one they have out now, right? I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but it's on like the new arrivals section of Sephora. I was very intrigued by that, the whole self-refreshing idea. Lunar Beauty, yep. I want one. My witch vibes tremble over that spell book situation. There you go. This is still live. Yeah, we're still live. We're on hour 2, Emily. Like we're going strong. Considering I came into this with 0 plan whatsoever, we're doing really well. I'll remind you. I know I need to sit down and like figure something out because I'd love to do it. Fuck me, man. I just don't know what to do or how to do it. I have 0 idea how you do it. Jimmy chops my ass. Yes. Got it at the bay today. Yeah, okay. I may need to pour a glass of wine. Yeah, I know. It's all good times. It's just on the Half Cousins podcast video. Oh, nice. I just discovered podcasts in the last like few months, and I am hooked. Most of them, vast majority that I listen to are true crime. And I really need to stop because I listen to them while I walk the dog and I'm like, somebody is going to murder me. Like it's going to happen. And then I just freak myself out because I don't like, it's not like I walk her around the block. Like I take her to the woods and I'm listening to true crime in the woods. Who does that? I shouldn't do that. That's a terrible idea. And yet there I am, middle of the woods, all alone, listening about murder. It's a stupid idea. My husband was working out of town on nights and I took a nap for too long earlier, so at least you're here to hang out. There we go. See? I know I'm being very irresponsible. It's 1:45. I probably should go to bed, but I don't have to go to the office tomorrow. Make a nap. I have to like film some stuff because I'm trying to do a video every day, but now I'm starting to run out of ideas. So feel free. Give me ideas. Because I will take any and all ideas. I just restarted listening to Canadian true crime because, yes, I love Christy. We have very loose plans at this point that we are going to do like a crossover at some point. I'd love to get her on my channel, even if we just like talk true crime and do our own makeup or something. And she said that I can like do a voice part on her podcast, which would just be the coolest thing. Even if it's just the intro, I'd be so excited. I love her. She's the sweetest girl. Like, I love her to death. Bring a knife with you. I've got Luna. That's about all I've got. I honestly, like, I have zero fight or flight reflex. It's freeze and cry. So I'm like a sitting duck. Like, it's terrible. I can't run for shit. So I would have to take my risk at like fighting. I don't know how to fight. Like, I don't know how to do that kind of thing. I've started a fight once between a boyfriend at the time and some other dude at the bar that we were at when I was highly inebriated and chirping because I was 20 and could. But I've never been in a fight. I wouldn't know the first thing about that kind of thing. I would just cry. They have cat rings with stabby ears. Well, that sounds interesting. Except when I go into the woods now, because I live in Canada, I have like 3 pairs of pants on, snow pants, a jacket, 3 pairs of mittens, fucking earmuffs, a hat. Like, I look like an abominable snowman. Like, I'm just like, but I'm warm. I'm just dressed to the nines. I made the mistake of listening to an Australian true crime channel as I slept the other night. You know what? I did that when I was camping, of all things. Fell asleep with the earbuds in and woke up and was like, the fuck is going on? Like, I was just terrified in the middle of the woods in a tent by myself with some Australian shouting at me about murder. I was like, what is going on? Okay. If you want to collab with a smaller channel than you during care month, yes, Emily, yes, let's do it. Send me a DM or something. I don't know if we follow each other on Instagram yet, but you know how to get a hold of me. Let's do it. I would love to. I don't care about smaller than me. I mean, I'm not big. I don't care about that stuff. I just want to have fun. I was doing Vlogmas, then changed it to Witchmas. I like that. Easiest way for me is film 5 a day. Wow, good job. I end up, because I have to like get the dog out in the morning, and then I have to take the kids to school and drive Barry to work because we've only got one car, and then I drive home. Tomorrow we've got Bennett's scans and stuff that we got to do. And then by the time I get home, the dog's going to want to pee again. So it's like, it's all very disjointed. I do the best that I can, but I can't film more than like 2, maybe 3 in a day. I could never do 5. Because then by the time I'm like ready to do maybe number 4, then it's time to like do the reverse pickup and go and get Barry and then go and get the kids. And then the kids are home and it's fucking chaos. And then they go to sleep and I'm like, I need a drink. So it just doesn't work out very well. There's a true crime podcast about cold cases in my home state of Texas. I think it's so important because you never know who could solve a case. Yeah, I think they were doing some sort of like a true crime conference thing where they were actually presenting cold cases and having like collective brains work on it and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was a really cool idea. I find it hit or miss. Like sometimes I like listening to cold cases, and then other times I'm just like, but I don't want a mystery. I want to know what happened. And some of them are just so heartbreaking, like so heartbreaking. And I don't know how I came across Canadian true crime. It was the first podcast I ever listened to, but I genuinely cannot remember why I even looked anything up. Like I must have read about her somewhere or something. I don't know how I came across it. But I'm so glad that I did. And I've actually met her, Christy. I've met her in Toronto this summer when she was there for a true crime conference. I don't know what the hell you call it. And like, I want to hang out with her. Like, she's so, so nice. We like message each other back and forth all the time. And she's just so sweet. She doesn't swear in her podcast or anything like that. She's very professional in how she presents, but she swears. She's my kind of people. Freeze and cry. Yeah, that's all I do. I told the story, I think, in one of my other recent lives where I was like on our main floor. We've got the basement, main floor, and then the second floor. I was on the main floor. Barry had gone upstairs to take a nap because he was going to work at night. And I forgot that he was upstairs. And when he came down the stairs, I freaked the hell out and just cried. Like I couldn't even fight. I just cried. And he's like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, you scared me. Like I'm useless in a crisis, completely useless. Fetal position. Yeah. Like if you wake me up when I'm sleeping, I will cry. Like it terrifies me. I think in a previous life, I was murdered in my sleep. Like truly think that's what happened. Because even like Barry has tried to wake me up by like kissing me. No, don't touch my face when I'm sleeping. Bad idea. I flip over and I cry and I can't be consoled. He's like, it's just me. I'm like, I don't care. And I'm just like hysterical. Aspen got like punted across the bed when she did it once. Like it's a gut reaction. It's terrible. Oh, Jen's here. Hi, Jen. We were talking about you earlier, but all good things. It's a live nightmare on repeat. I think I've missed something. I'm sorry. People in New Hampshire be dressing like Eskimos too. Yeah. Well, like we took the kids tobogganing today, which was fun for Aspen. Bennett cried. He had fun going down the hill. He didn't like falling off the toboggan at the bottom of the hill. And Barry didn't really like walking up the hill. And I had like the camera because I'm trying to vlog it. I am not a vlogger. I cannot vlog to save my life. I cannot do it. And then I walked down the hill to help everybody come up the hill. And I was like, and we're done. This sucks. So I'm going to take Aspen snow tubing because at least then there's like a lift that drags you up the hill. Because going up the hill, no, not fun. Hard to get stabbed through all those layers. Exactly. Right. There's a method to my madness. I don't really feel all that scared in the woods, to be honest. It was just that one time before I got Luna where I walked into the wizard and I was like, what is this? So I don't know who's heard that story or not. I feel like I've told it like a million times, but that's when I decided that I needed a dog because I walked into a man dressed like a wizard in the middle of the woods. And I was like, oh, fuck no. No, not happening. Emily, yes, DM on Twitter sounds perfect. We will hook something up. I come to the table with zero ideas, FYI, but I'm open to suggestion. 5 videos a day sounds hellish. I can't do it. Do I do vlogs or life? Terrible vlogger. I just do not have an interesting life. Like I honestly thought about doing a video where it was like day in the life of being a lawyer. Life is boring. Like I type. That's what I do all day. I type. I read shit and I write stuff. Like that's all there is to it. Jen, you are a boss. You are a boss. You do 4 videos yesterday. You did like 5 the day before. You edit your butt off. Like you are incredible. And you have time to pop into people's lives and host your own lives. And it's just amazing. I wish I could be you when I grow up. Like truly. I hope things go well with Bennett tomorrow. Thank you. They will. I have faith that they will, but it's just always scary doing it. And he hates the process and I can't blame him because like it's like a full abdominal ultrasound. So it takes like 20 to 30 minutes to do. And he's not cool with that. Crime Beat by Nancy Hicks is a good podcast. I will have to check that out. I can't screenshot because it's my live, but I can take a picture. Crime Beat. No, scan. What are you scanning? Just take a picture. Stupid phone. Anyways. Determined to do this Vlogmas thing. I did 10 last. You did 10 last Friday and 10? That's amazing. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, I sit here on my computer and I'm like, I could film, but I don't want to. I end up making things far more complicated than it needs to be. That's the problem. Like I've frozen myself with regards to the new Melt collection because I have the 2 palettes and I'm like, but I need to do like 5 looks with each one. And I know that I don't. Like I know that I don't. And yet I just have this like feeling like I need to do more than just talk about the palettes. And I set myself up for failure because I make it to be such an insurmountable task that I just never do it. It's stupid. Gay anxiety. Sorry. Where did it go? I'm apologizing like anybody knows what the hell I'm apologizing about. My dad wakes up swinging. Oh, sorry. I'm picturing. I'm so sorry. I'm picturing your dad like on a literal swing. He's like just swinging. Okay. No, he wakes up. He is deaf. So that has a lot to do with it. I'm so sorry. But I learned to not wake his ass up if I have to. Oh, yeah. Barry will like stand in the doorway and he's like, hey, hon, it's time to wake up. He will not touch me. He will not come near me. Aspen did it once and was like standing like right in front of my face. And I literally screamed and she was crying and I was crying. It's a disaster. So there's that. I don't wake up very gracefully. A lift sounds so much better than a hike up a hill. Absolutely, especially in snow. Like, holy. And of course, I am not smart enough to like take my puffer with me. And again, I've lost it and I don't know where it is. It usually lives down here. So I walked up that hill the one time and was like, I can't breathe. So not good. And of course we took the dog with us, which was just a colossal mistake because she like, poor thing is trembling. She's all like freezing cold and Bennett is whining. And it's just like, okay, let's go home. But I will take Aspen again sometime and I will definitely take her snow tubing. Y'all are so inspirational. I've been wanting to get into actually filming videos outside of Instagram, but I'm the procrastinator supreme. I know. It is so much fun though. I can make my own Christmas vacation movie. She'll see it later, Clark. Her eyes are frozen. I love Christmas Vacation. Like that is the best movie, hands down, that has ever been created. Love it. I don't think Aspen's old enough for it yet, but we're getting damn close. I don't think I heard that story. Oh, my Wizard in the Woods story? You haven't heard my Wizard in the Woods story? Yeah, that was, he was just literally just standing there, full on cloak, like stars and moons embroidered into it. And I was like, what is this? And of course I was listening to true crime, which is a terrible idea. And we were right at the property line. So I'm pretty sure that he was like peeing in the woods and I just happened to stumble upon him. But I was terrified. Turns out there was like a whole cosplay, role play thing going on. So as I left, it's like a big conservation area. As I was leaving, there was like a full-on battle going on and people were dressed up as like all sorts of shit that I didn't understand. So the wizard in that context made more sense. But when he was by himself in the woods, I was like, oh, hell no. I refuse to be murdered in the woods by a fake wizard. Refuse. So I was terrified. Did he tell you he couldn't pass? No, we just like, I avoided eye contact because I was like, I don't know what this situation is, but I don't like it. And I was only like maybe 2 weeks post-surgery. So like there was no way I was running anywhere or fighting anything. So it's like, Expelliarmus. Like it just was not good. Statistically speaking, you're probably less likely to be murdered in the woods. Most murder victims are taken from home or off of the street. Well, that's reassuring. Thank you, I guess. Well, I figure at this time of year, like when I have to dress in like multiple layers because there's 3 feet of snow out, the chances of me running into some rando just standing in the woods waiting for somebody to come along to get murdered, pretty slim. I'm feeling pretty safe about my chances there. And listen while I answer comments. I know I've been really bad at answering my comments lately. Bennett. Yeah. So I was explaining earlier, Bennett has a like a growth condition, if you will. It's a genetic thing. It's called hemihyperplasia. Sometimes it can affect like the entire half of somebody's body, like head to toe. But for Bennett, it's isolated just in his leg. So his left leg grows faster than the rest of his body, which I noticed when he was just like a couple of months old. And our family doctor was like, oh, that's just the way he's growing. He's totally fine. So I'm glad that I persisted. And ultimately, not a big deal. It doesn't affect anything with him developmentally or like anything. Like there's really no issues with it. He'll have to have surgery when he's about 13 in order to stunt the growth on his left leg so that the right side can catch up to it, just to even out the differential between them. But it increases his risk for liver and kidney cancers until he's about 8. So he has to have screening every 3 months. So they check for a certain protein in his blood and they do an ultrasound to see if there's any tumors. And we're doing that tomorrow. So they've never found anything. I have faith in the Lord on high that it's never going to happen, but it's always just a scary couple of days waiting for the results to come in. I still don't enjoy editing, but I've been doing it since March and I've enjoyed my personal growth. It's awesome, Emily. Yeah, the editing can be a bit of a grind, but it's also sometimes really amusing, especially when I've done like a drunken review on something. And I'm like, I genuinely don't remember what I said about this. And then I review it. I'm like, oh God, I'm hilarious. Conspiracy ginger art is really triplets. I know. I don't know how you do it all, Jen. I am in such awe of you. I really am. Oh, Toyrix, you're homeschooled, so you have lots of extra time. Homeschooling, I think, would be really challenging. I do. I think there'd definitely be pros and cons to it, but I know I would not be from this side of things. I don't think that I would be good at homeschooling my kids because I just don't think that I would be organized enough for it. Same here. I need to learn how to rein in my editing desires. I know. I get so like hyped up about something and then I get frozen and just never end up doing it, which is just a waste of energy, really. And certainly a waste of money, but just wish I had a job, but it's hard out here and YouTube pays me under a penny a month. Yeah, I hear you. Y'all, I'm going to cry. Y'all got me to 50 subs. Ah, yay, Kelsey. Good job. Love finding new channels to watch. Britt just did a really good, or Britt, sorry, I just read your name. Jen just did a really good one on channels that are more designed, like their content is more aimed at like the 40 plus crowd or so. So if anybody is in that crowd or more interested in that kind of thing, I would suggest looking at Jen Gerard's recent video because there's some really great channels listed in there as well. I'm late to the party, but so happy caught you. Yeah, like this is like the live that's never going to end. We're almost at 2.5 hours now. Thank you, Emily. Comments, and I imagine my husband has gone to bed. I imagine. Has he texted me? There's a text message sitting there. I was going to ask him to bring me another drink, but I think he's probably in bed. Sorry, dude. Need help with anything though? Oh no, that was like 9:30. Never mind. Oh, Britt, good night. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. We really do need to lock down plans though, Britt. We just keep saying, yeah, we're going to do it. And then we never specify anything. So I will be nearish to you later this month. See if we can make something happen. Comments can get so overwhelming. I have so much sympathy for larger channels. Yeah, absolutely. I try to keep up with them, but unfortunately what shows on my phone isn't always an accurate representation of what's coming in, and then stuff gets missed. So then I find it like 3 weeks later, and depending on the video, sometimes there's a ton of comments. And so I like to like carve out time and just go through a video at a time and just respond to all of them. But parenting, working, life, it all gets in the way and it gets really overwhelming really quickly. But then I feel guilty because people take their time to write comments and the least I can do is respond back. So I try to. Don't have an issue if folks have trouble getting through all their comments. Oh, that's good to know. I try. Yeah, at some point, there's no way that you can get through it all. Like, there's just no way. Yesterday, I saw a guy dressed like the Joker, including makeup. Well, that's alarming. You really think it was just another day for him? Just a personal style choice. It's his own personal aesthetic. That's his brand. Oh, I'd be so nervous to do a tipsy review video. It's kind of fun. I mean, I'm tipsy right now. It's kind of fun. I like editing them like 2 days later because I've like forgotten what I've said. I'm just like, I'm delightful. I'm hilarious. So MSU has this thing called Midnight Scream. And let me tell you, when thousands of people start screaming when you don't expect it, you tend to jump a little. I'd like to know the rationale behind Midnight Scream. That doesn't sound like anything that people should be doing. Casey, you homeschooled your son. That's amazing. Editing can take so much. I know. And so I have stopped doing weekly new release videos. Because they got redundant. And I got, like, sometimes I just don't care about what's coming out. And I just don't care enough to talk about them. But editing those videos is a bit of a beast. I know, Jen. I'm looking forward to your video for creators under 10,000. It's like my wheelhouse. I find that a lot of people that have smaller channels, like I was saying this earlier, but like you can feel the passion and you can feel just the love of makeup. And it's not like there's any ulterior motives, and it's not they're trying to climb over the backs of anybody else or anything like that. It's just coming from a place of just genuinely loving makeup. And I love watching that kind of content. What's on your eyes? This will be the 4th time saying it, but I will say it one more time. This shade all over my lids is Carving by Cleona. The inner corner is Glow by Cleona, and then the other matte shades around are just from the Tartelette in Bloom. Let me see. Girl, trust me, by this time next year, you'll have over 20,000 subs. Well, that's very optimistic. I don't know about that. That would be very cool, but I don't know about that. I don't have any set numbers. Like earlier, gosh, was it earlier in November? I tweeted out saying that I would love to hit 2020 by 2020, and I'm at 21 something. I'm almost at 2120 now, and that's very exciting. 20,000 sounds like a scary number. It sounds very cool, but it sounds like a scary number. Curious, does AdSense pay you in USD or Canadian? That's a very good question. I don't know. It just gets deposited into my bank account, so I'm not entirely sure. I think it's Canadian. I think. I'd have to check. I don't know. When I find my next, I should get paid this month. I will take a look and pay better attention to it, because I'm just like, yeah, money came in. Okay, great. And then it's gone immediately. Carrie does tipsy tea time. It's hilarious. Yeah, I'm like tipsy right now. I don't think I'm like full on wasted, which is good. I'm not slurring, so that's good. I very rarely get to that point. Very, very rarely. And I have not since I've had surgery. I'm almost scared to. This is just one drink here. Most of it's cranberry juice, but it just hits me so much harder now that I've had my surgery. Which like we were all warned about, like don't do shots because you can get like blackout drunk very quickly. So I just mix in basically, it's probably a double. Like there's probably like 2 shots of vodka in here, and then top it with cranberry juice. It's for finals weeks. What? That's for finals weeks. Do I need to have an American account? No, it just goes right into my Canadian bank account that I have. I thought it was going to go into PayPal, which actually kind of would have been cool, but it just goes right into my bank account. And I have I bank through a credit union here in Ontario. The new makeup bingo videos take so much. Oh, I can imagine. They look fun as hell. I definitely do want to do one. But I can imagine, especially with like the inclusion of the card and then putting like the marker over it, I think it would be, I can see that it would take a ton of time. I'm almost at 200 subs and I can't wait. I'd probably cry. Yeah, I mean, I remember hitting 100 subs and just being like, I cannot believe 100 people have hit subscribe. Like it's, and every time, like every milestone that you hit, like it just, I never want to get to the point where I'm not grateful. Like I never want to get to the point where I just take all of this stuff for granted. Like I'm so grateful that people subscribe. I'm so grateful that you guys are like, you've spent 2.5 hours chatting with me. Like that's insane. Like that's such an investment of time. And I don't take that for granted, because I never want to get to that point. Same with like, not that I get a ton of PR, but like any PR that I do get, I'm just so grateful. And I never want to get to the point where I'm just like, oh, it's another box that I have to open. You know what I mean? Like I never want to lose that sense of wonder that I have about this whole social media thing. I want to start doing craft beer first impressions while I do makeup. I don't drink often, so it could end up very interesting. That'd be very cool. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. I'm not a beer drinker myself, but it would be interesting to like hear reviews on it or whatever. Oh my God, I just got carving as one of my 5-piece set and I haven't used it yet. Well, there you go. That's what it looks like right there. I love the Cleona shadows. Their shipping is atrocious. Their shipping rate, like their times are atrocious. I do hope that they're going to improve that. And I think that that's the plan for them. Like they have moved into a bigger space, but their products, insane. So good. I will just drop it here because I can. I do have a discount code with them. It's Kara10, so Kara 10. It's not an affiliate code, but if you buy anything that's not part of their stained glass, so any of their regular eyeshadows, you save 10% using that code. Generally speaking, I enjoy smaller channels. Yeah, me too. I agree. Such a good idea. I really find people that enjoy drinking beer. Yeah. There's a true crime. Is it True Crime Garage or True Crime Guys? I think it's True Crime Garage. And they always have like a beer of the week as well that they talk about when they do their podcast. Have a message that pops up in the live that shows eye makeup. Yeah, I should just like pin it somewhere. I don't mind saying it. I just feel bad if people have listened to it a couple of times, but keep it short and sweet. I do a drinks and new makeup themed video somewhat regularly, and I like introducing a new drink that way. That's cool. Stick to beer, one shot, and I'm dancing at a table to back that ass up. Such a good song, though. I don't drink very often. I really don't. Like, I don't drink very often. I'll have like a drink like this, but I don't like get super drunk very often. I just don't like the way I feel like 2 days, like for the following 2 days. It's just not worth it to me. I do enjoy the marijuana. I will say that. But again, it's not like a daily thing or anything, and it's fully legal here in Canada. We can order it online through our provincial cannabis store, which is just the weirdest thing. But it is available to us, which is better than buying it in an alley. But I just prefer that because I don't feel hungover the next day, and it's there and then it's gone. I'm sure you are one who will keep being you no matter what. Thank you, Helen. Thank you. Or sorry, is it Hélène? Because you're French, right? So I want to say your name properly. Yeah, I've been me for 40 years. I don't intend to change anytime soon. I really don't. And I know that subscribers come and subscribers go. Like, nobody's entitled to anything on this platform, and the internet's a fickle place, right? So all I want to do is just be myself. I have no intention of trying to be somebody else or trying to be something that I'm not. I just don't have energy for that, and I don't enjoy that. And frankly, most people can see through other people that are trying to do that. I remember meeting with, she's here on YouTube as The Blonde Man. And I've talked about her before, Jessica Mann, incredibly talented. I mean, honestly, if you're not following her, at least on Instagram, you should go follow her over there because her makeup looks so bomb. And she is the sweetest, most genuine person. But Barry arranged like a surprise for me for my birthday last year, where we met up with her because she's near Toronto as well. And we were talking about like personas on internet or on YouTube, and how some people just create this artificial persona. And I was like, I can't do that. Like, I don't have the mental bandwidth to do that, because then if you meet somebody randomly in person, you have to switch over to being this like fake person. You just have to generate this fake persona all the time. And I can't be bothered with that. I really can't. I am who I am. People like me or they don't. Whatever. Sorry, I'm getting all preachy and very philosophical. Cleona is the bomb. Yes, they are. And they are like the owners, Maggie and Lee, they are so sweet. They've just been so supportive. Like they sent me a care package after I had my surgery, and that was so unexpected and so appreciated that a brand owner like go out of their way to do that. Like I didn't expect that. And they're just so quick to like comment back and forth, and they're just so supportive and so lovely, that I really hope that they can sort their shipping stuff out, because I know I've talked about them a lot, and that is the common complaint. Like, I've never had anybody say to me like that they're disappointed in the product or that it didn't perform well or anything like that. It's just about the shipping time. And I know they're aware of that. So I know they are making strides towards that, but they're just going to keep growing because their products are friggin' amazing. Like, even their non-stained glass stuff is really good. So they're a brand I fully stand behind. NH, New Hampshire, I'm guessing. Yeah, all across Canada, we are fully legal now. We have been for a year. About a year, pretty sure. Like I said, we have like a full-on website. It's like the Ontario Cannabis Store. And like, I don't order very much. We don't do it very often, but I shouldn't say that. It's like 5 days out of the week. But I'm not like a wake and bake kind of person or anything. It's usually just before bed. But you can order online. And every time I go on there, there's different stuff. And like apparently edibles are coming. We're supposed to be getting stores. And it's all very bizarre. It still seems very weird to me, but sassy sweetie, I see you in my Instagram. Sorry, all my inputs to the conversation seem a bit disjointed. I'm kind of awkward, and this is my first live I've participated in. Usually I'm busy, but I wanted to watch. The screen was for finals. Oh, okay. No, you don't have to apologize at all. At all. We used to have in high school, this is a long time ago, but we had a little tradition where when you wrote your final exam, as a, like, I guess a senior, as an OAC at the time, you'd run down to the lake and jump in your uniform. It's a weird tradition. But so midnight scream, that makes sense. I get that. And frankly, who hasn't screamed during the middle of finals at some point? I get mine from Tegrity Farms for green over booze, but it's not legal here in New York. That's weird. I would think that New York would be a place that it would be legal. Then you're just going to have to pop on over the border over to Niagara Falls or something. We'll hook you up. I don't talk about it very often. Like I don't know. I don't like identify as like a pothead or anything like that, but it is what it is. Like it's, like I said, I'm not like a chronic user or anything. I'm not down with chronic, but it's easy to come by now. Legalizing makes sense to me. Like there's so many other things for cops to worry about than a little bit of friggin' bud here and there. Like it's really not that big a deal. I created personas for YouTube and came out about it and called my video time to stop being fake. Yeah, I mean, some people can do it. It wasn't a choice for me. I didn't want to do that. I'm in bed and then all of a sudden everybody's being murdered. That would be terrifying. That would be terrifying. He's screaming all at once and you're not expecting it? No, thank you. The school never even told anyone about it, just kids involved in it. I think every parent should know so we can take advantage of a teachable moment. I missed the beginning of that. I didn't, oh my God. In my daughter's 6th grade class, a kid brought edibles and gave them to about 5 kids. Oh, no. I don't get along with edibles. I did it, I think last summer, and it was like a gummy bear or chocolate, or it was chocolate, wasn't it? Yeah, it was chocolate. I don't know who I'm talking to. It was chocolate. And literally like the walls had a heartbeat. Like I did not enjoy that experience. That was far too intense and lasted way too long. I woke up still feeling like I was flying and I did not enjoy that at all. And then I also had like a sucker. No, first of all, it tasted terrible. And I felt like sick because it was so strong. Like I didn't even eat the whole thing, but I was just like, nope, I'm good without edibles. Same with oils. I still have a bottle of oils and I just can't. Oh, Danica's here. Hey, Danica. Yeah, because it comes with like a little measuring thing. So if I do like 0.7 milliliters, I don't really feel anything. And then if I do 0.8, I can feel vibrations in the air. Like it's just, there's no middle ground there. No, thank you. I can't do that. Yeah. And also if my child like went to school and was friggin' dosed with an edible, I would be furious. And I definitely think everybody should have been told about that. Definitely a teachable moment. Also, who's the kid bringing edibles? What the hell? I could totally see my kid falling for it too. Like, especially if it was a gummy, she would have no idea. Like, she doesn't know what the hell pot is. It's not something we talk about. And we keep it well hidden from our kids. Like, we're not the kind of parents that are doing it in front of them or anything like that. And typically we don't even do it at the same time, just so that one of us is completely lucid for the kids. But yeah, that's terrifying. Stores in Ontario or in Alberta. Yeah, Ontario, I think we have some. We're supposed to be getting one in my city, but they just can't figure out where to put it. they have all these restrictions on like how close to schools and how close to parks it can be and stuff like that. And they just can't figure out where to put the damn thing. I'm happy online shopping for it, to be honest. We've got like head shops that sell like the like paraphernalia and whatnot, but we haven't actually got a licensed store yet. I'm in Ohio. Maybe we should go for a drive. South Carolina, we get on the legal side. See, for some reason, I thought that all the states was legalized at some point or something. I don't know. I can't keep up with it all. Or was it just that you guys have legalized like same-sex marriage? I don't know. Canada's way ahead of the curve on all this kind of stuff. Yeah, we used to have like a friend who could get it for us. My experience crossing the Canadian border a few years ago was intense. Oh no. Here's how easy it would be to get over the border with Canadian. Now to get like over the border, probably not so great. And apparently there's like, I've read some articles saying that getting into the States, they can deny entry if they like run your history and find that you have ordered, even though it's legal in Canada. Which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Gotta go walk the dogs, then go to bed. Kiddos have school tomorrow. Oh, okay. Good night, Wicker. Thanks for hanging out. I know it's a long one. We'll wrap up soon. It's almost been 3 hours, guys. I always get terrified crossing the border. Like, even though it's not like I'm like, packing a weapon or anything like that, but I'm just always terrified. And whenever they're like, do you have anything to declare? I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm sure I come across as being like the most shady person ever because I'm just so nervous. It's so stupid. Oh, man. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think you can cross the border with it. I heard edibles are pretty intense. I personally just never liked marijuana, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't like edibles. I'm not a fan. Yeah, and it stays in your system way longer. It hits you way later. So for me, it was just kind of like, especially the first time I did it, like it was like a chocolate bear or something. And I'd eaten like the ear. And I was like, well, I don't feel anything, so I'll eat some more. I still didn't feel anything. I ate like half of it. And then it just wham and hit me like out of nowhere about an hour later. And I remember I was sitting in this room and I was like, Barry, you have to come in here. Because I could like feel like the walls moving in. And it was just like, it was way too intense. It's what I imagined like LSD felt like. Like it just, I've never done any hard drugs like that, but I did not enjoy that experience. I live near the US-Mexico border. I'm terrified of customs. Yeah, I just become like this nervous mess. And they're like, what are you here for? I'm like, lunch? Like I must look like the most suspicious person ever. I asked the principal about it and they said they aren't obligated to tell anyone. What? I only knew because I picked up her friends. No, they should definitely be disclosing that kind of thing. Oh, Danica, you're so sweet. Thank you. Same-sex marriage across the U.S. Yes, we'd know. Okay, well, at least they're doing one thing right. I think we've had same-sex marriage legal, I want to say since like the 90s, like maybe late 90s, but it's been a long time that we've had same-sex marriage be legalized. And even at that, like, even if it was the 90s, that's still way too late. Like, way too late. This should not be a thing for debate, in my opinion. It really shouldn't be. I'm sorry, I just saw the comment, would have to put it in your butt, and it took me a second to figure out what we were talking about there, because I'm talking about same-sex marriage at this point. Weed. Yes, no. Let's not put stuff in our butts. Let's just not. 420 will be huge in 2020. I thought about doing like a 420 themed video. I get nervous about it. Because I've got the Kush mascara and the Smoke Sessions palette, and there's like I have some hemp oil facial thing. Like there's so much. I've got the where are they? From Beautylish, the little pot leaves in the brushes and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It just seemed a little too on the nose. Do the streams help with watch time? Honest to God, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Because I'm over the hurdle of watch time now, I don't really pay much attention to it. Sorry. I imagine they do though, because it's a video on your channel and it does calculate how many like hours are being watched and all that kind of thing. Remember that something commercial Do you have anything to declare? Woman, diarrhea. You weren't here for the beginning part of this live where I was talking about all of my intestinal issues because of friggin' my surgery that I had. I was a single woman visiting Montreal on vacation. No friends in the city. The Canadian border agents were suspect of me. Yeah, it's terrifying, right? Like I remember I came back once and was like, yeah, I did some shopping and I bought like $300 worth of clothing. And the guy was like, that's not just some shopping, that's a huge amount. And I was like, I didn't really think that $300 worth of clothing was a huge amount, but okay. He's very judgmental. I'm like, dude, I'm plus size. We don't have plus size stores. Not many of them here in Canada. Back off. Does your mother know about you and the marijuana? No, she does not. She would die. She would be furious. Although, frankly, I think I should introduce her to it because I think it might make her a more happy person. The green goddess look. I like that, Danica. Thank you. Oh, Toyrix, thank you. You guys are so sweet. I really wanted the Smoke Sessions palette, but then I saw Beauty News do the video about something growing. No, I never had it. Let me bring it out. Hold, please, if I can find it. Where are you? Where the heck? I haven't opened it in a little while, so let's take a look. Is anything growing in there? Nope. It is a very messy palette, though, I will say. Like, the shimmery shadows. Oh, there's no autofocus on this, so I don't know how far back. Apparently that far back. These all kind of like raise out of the pan, and they're very crumbly. Once they're applied, they're beautiful, but it's a very messy palette. Like you can even see on the mirror just how much crap is on there. My other, like my Gemini palette, not nearly as fragile as the Smoke Session. So I'm not sure what went on with the pressing of this one, but no, I've never had anything growing out of it. Thank God. Keeps, I love mine, but I don't travel with it. It's very, yeah, exactly. It's beautiful, but it is very fragile. The matte shades, solid, but there's only 2 of them. But it's those shimmery shadows that are just, like I've seen other people where it like puffed right out of the pan. It's just something with the pressing of those ones, just, it's very delicate. What's $2 US in Canadian? Probably about $2.50 Canadian. So thank you. You're not dumb. I think it's like 72 cents on the dollar right now, which is terrible. For a while there, we were above the US, but not for many years. I did mushrooms a couple of years ago with a friend, told my mother, and she said, next time invite me. That's a cool mom. I have the feeling my mother would bring it up like over and over and over again, and would tell me that I'm a very irresponsible person. Despite the fact that I'm 39, own my own business, have 2 children, I'm married, like all these things are going well in my life. She would not be impressed. About $2,000 in clothing, boots, etc. got pulled into the duty office. The guy just looked at me and gave me a pass. That's amazing. They pulled me over into duty as well. And then I showed them my Status Indian card, and they were like, away you go. Because they wanted to charge me the PST, and I'm PST exempt. So hashtag winning as well. It still was terrifying, though. I was like, oh my God, they're going to like do a strip search, even though I did nothing wrong. I'm just like terrified of it. I don't know what my problem is. My Gemini and Smoke Sessions palettes both have the growing issue with white spots. Oh God. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I've heard that the Melt Cosmetics customer service is really good. I just don't know. Status Indian card. So I am Native Canadian. And when you have a certain quota of blood, then you are eligible for Status Indian. So you have Indian status. It should be Native Canadian status, I guess, but we still go under the Indian Act. And it, I'm not Métis. No, I'm First Nations, Ojibwe. And our provincial sales tax, I don't have to pay that. So we now have HST. So it's like all combined. Our federal and our provincial taxes are all combined into one. but the 8% of the 13, I don't have to pay. So I can either just argue with people at every store, or I can save up my receipts and submit them to the government, which is what I do. So once or maybe twice a year, I submit them, and then they give me a refund for the 8% sales tax portion. There's also other perks, like I have drug coverage and stuff like that that most people don't have. Dental cleaning is covered. My tuition was paid by the government, which is incredible. And when I was living on reserve, I also got like a monthly stipend basically while I was in school. So it's been incredible. My children don't qualify, unfortunately. But I am very happy and very proud to have that card. I was wondering if maybe it had more to do with putting a wet brush in the product and how you're using the product. I don't know. Even when I just did like finger swatches on this palette, it was very, very, very crumbly. So I don't think I've ever actually, because normally I pick up my brush and then spray it. I don't spray my brush and then pick up the product. So I don't know. My friend Steph and I, 9 years ago, went to Pittsburgh to see our friend Sam do a concert. The guy at border says, "How do you know each other?" And Steph says, "We met online 2 years ago." They met on Craigslist. Yeah, I just always they're like, "Well, where do you live?" This is the thing. Barry and I went to Buffalo, of all places, before Aspen was even born, I think. I'm pretty sure. And we were going for wings and shopping. Like, we were going to the Anchor Bar. Now we have the Anchor Bar here in Ontario, but we didn't at the time. And I like their wings. So we were going there. And he's like, "Well, where are you from?" So we live in Barrie. He's like, "That's like 3 hours away. You're coming all this way just to go for lunch?" I'm like, "Don't judge my life choices. Back off. We're not here to like blow anybody up. We just want to eat some good ass wings." But then I get nervous. Yeah, puffy exploding for sure. I've seen pictures of that as well. Melt was very good to Jen. Sent you a new palette the first time it broke. The new one broke too, so I kind of gave up. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know what it is. The smoke sessions in particular is incredibly fragile. And that's just sort of the experience that I think everybody has had. I don't know what it is. Gemini palette, I don't have that problem. The shimmers are a little bit more fragile than the mattes, but not anywhere near to the degree that the smoke sessions is. I can't say that it's a bad palette. It's definitely not something you're going to want to travel with. And you're just going to want to like keep it housed in a shelf or in a drawer and not bang it around. Lots of Native people in here. That's awesome. My dad was full-blooded Ojibwe. My dad was also my grandfather, so I am a quarter, but legally I qualify as half because he adopted me. We lived on a native reserve for a while, and it was different. It was interesting. It was an island. There was a lot of nepotism, unfortunately, but I may be eligible for such a status. I found out during my last semester of college that I was eligible for grants. Well, get on that because there's a lot of benefits to having it. Oh, hey, Amy. No, unfortunately, I can't get my kids covered. I have tried, but they don't hit the quota. I did a whole paper when I was in law school. I took Native Canadian law. I can't remember what it was called. I did a whole paper about how Natives are being legislated out of existence because of these quotas and whatnot. So it's very difficult to maintain, like as the generations go on, it's very difficult to qualify for status, and they're basically legislating us out, which is bullshit. In US, I'm not sure what else you're eligible for. I have no idea. I'm sorry, I have no idea. But we get like certain health coverage and all that kind of stuff, and it's amazing. I'm back. Holy smokes, you're still alive. I know. This is like, we're going for a world record here. You'd be eligible for a green card too? Probably. And by green card, we mean like card, I'm guessing. I've never actually pursued that. I had a client who had one, and he was such a pothead, like such a pothead. And the other lawyer knew it too. And I love this other lawyer. He and I get along so well, but we always have really tricky files together. And my guy sounded like a pothead. Like he sounded like he was straight off the set of like that 70s show. And I said to the other lawyer, I'm like, why don't we do a meeting in chambers with the judge to talk about the issues? If you go into chambers, your clients don't come with you, right? So I was like, let's go to chambers. And he's like, I think I'd like the judge to hear what your client has to say. You fucker, you. So of course my client's like, yeah, well, man. And I'm like, no, you don't call the judge man. I'm just like, shut up. So that other lawyer played me. he knew. A lot of benefits for them, but not for the government, really. The Pokagong band of the Potawatomi. Those are both very fun words. Yeah, so I had issues with the band. So I'm not a band member for the reserve that we lived on. If I've only heard of Anchor Bar Wings, they're so good. If I had been a band member, I'd be entitled to more financial stuff. At one point, they settled a claim with the government of some sort. I can't remember exactly the details. And every band member got a check for $32,000. But I was not a band member, so I did not. So that blows. That was also part of my paper, was how there's autonomy amongst these bands to decide who is allowed to be and who isn't. And sometimes nepotism reigns supreme. And sometimes they use that authority detrimentally, I guess would be the word. Lauren, I have the hardest time blending my Gemini palette. Oh, that's too bad. I don't think I've ever had a problem with it, but I'm looking forward to using, I don't know what the name of the new collection is, but the Vita and the Morte palettes, I'm looking forward to them. Just not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Has anyone else noticed that Keanu Reeves sounds like a pothead in his movie, but not during interviews? Yeah. Keanu Reeves, actually, there was a court case against him up here in my city in Barrie. Some woman came out of the woodwork and claimed that she had had his child and that he owed her years and years and years of retroactive child support as well as spousal support. And I was like dying to be involved in that, But he never actually ended up showing up at court. And I can't remember. I think they ended up doing DNA testing and she was just totally full of shit. Like they had met or something, but he had never had any sort of relationship with her. But that would have been cool to like be sitting in the courtroom with like Keanu Reeves. And I'll start with Degrassi and Simple Plan. Love it. Simple Plan. I just feel like every freaking band sounds like Simple Plan. They're like the band that I would compare all other bands to. Simple Plan tattoo. Oh, and you've seen them 15 times? It's amazing. Poor Keanu. He seems like a good guy. Yeah, this was years ago. I think it's like maybe close to 10 years ago, but it was in the Barrie courthouse. He never showed up at court. Like I said, I think he like appeared by phone or just like sent his lawyers on his behalf. He probably had some like bigwig Toronto lawyers, but I was like, you can retain me. I've only been out like 6 months, but you can retain me. I'll represent you. No problem. It's been a couple of years. Keanu will always be Crush the Sea Turtle. Was that him that did the voice? Or just like because it sounds like him? Rogue Rockets report on Forgotten. Oh, no. My boyfriend has a man crush on Keanu. Are you tired of live streaming? No, I'm usually up really late anyways, but it's almost 1 o'clock. We should probably wrap this up. It's been 3 hours. It'd be hard to not have a crush on Keanu. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Why don't we wrap it up, guys? Because it is almost 1 o'clock here. And even though I don't have to go to work, I still have to get up to help and get the kids ready and all that kind of thing. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching me get progressively more and more inebriated. Good times. I love these lives too. I was so resistant to doing them. Like I was so nervous about doing them. And I shouldn't have been because you guys are amazing. You guys are so amazing. Danica, sorry, I just saw your name pop up again. I was talking about you earlier and that we need to like sit down and I need to pick your artistic little brain for some merch ideas because I would love to do some merch stuff just for the shits and giggles of it all. You must have missed a green card is the right to, okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about like the marijuana card, like the like medical license or whatever. Green card, right to live in the US. I'm Native Canadian, so I'm not sure that I would be. I don't want to live in the US anyways. Not that I shouldn't have said it that way. This is where I would edit it out if this was not alive. But I don't have any desire to live in the US at this point. I have amazing stamina. No, I enjoy chit-chatting with you guys. It's funny because I am like a total introvert, and yet this doesn't drain me. I don't know. It doesn't drain me at all. Okay, everybody's saying good night. Thank you all again so much. Lovely little Care Bears. I do love you all so much. And have a great night. I'm going to try doing this again next week. Maybe we'll have a topic. Maybe not. We've done 3 hours without any sort of set topic, so we're doing okay. Anyways, love you all. Have a wonderful night. Bye for now, guys.